Shenanigans be happening, and we are back. Welcome once more to the Unfortunate Sons, truly always living up to their name. Session 41, it's raining Chonksters. On the morning of the 32nd, in the month of the chaos, being June, and in the year of 65,007, before we get back to our hero's current predicament, let's take a moment, rewind the clock once more, and think back to what happened last time as we review the problems, the decisions, and the utter hopelessness that we have found ourselves at. As the session started, with the party finding themselves outside of what looked to be ruinous village that had been built either a while ago and had been overgrown and overrun. Finding themselves seeing Scartsmender as he has set them down and began to set up camp. Having noticed himself a cave nearby, and out of curiosity, he left the party here to investigate a few things while he headed off. And out of pure curiosity, and to mostly avoid another potential bearhound arm-eating, the party found themselves not only avoiding what looked to be a large bearhound that had managed to steal the few provisions provided to them by Scartsmender, but on top of that, they managed to cause a poor Chonkster Jr. to have to do a ton of vigorous exercise as they would find themselves walking forward into the village, and the poor large snake would begin jumping tree to tree. As the party would investigate the village, finding that there were a few creatures swimming about in the water, but nothing, thankfully, of alarm or concern, they headed over towards one of the run-down houses. Finding the frost salamanders that were hanging out inside, with quick thinking, the party quickly decided to hold their ground while Eider made himself invisible, stepped out and off the ground, and fluttered his way inside the house to see what the frost salamanders were guarding. Upon observing their large eggs being in there, the party quite quickly realized it wasn't worth killing these creatures, or at least for the time, as they had no interest in collecting the eggs, nor did they have an interest in leaving poor newborns to fend for themselves. Thus, you can't call them monsters. But while Einar did all this and was looking inside, the party would watch a mountain of a creature pull up from under the ground and seemingly then jump into the ocean, vanishing beneath the waves, causing the ground to quake and shake as it did. A few of the party members finding themselves with a bit of a turbulent footing for a moment, until finally the ground would settle, leaving nothing but what the party realized to be Glitterhoof in theory down below. Quite quickly realizing that there was a grander situation at hand, the party backed off, not telling Eider about what was going on. They decided to return to their camp, leaving the frost salamanders as the bearhound made his fast escape with their few cooked rations that the creature had snagged away with. As the party found themselves heading back, though, unfortunately, the Chonkster Jr., as he is called, would continue chasing after, even to Ned's enjoyment, to try and give the creature exercise, and the realization that Eider believes exercise to be torture, like a true noble that he is. As poor Chonkster Jr. finally managed to make it to the tree, going and shooting off in an attack, he slammed down and was quite quickly defeated by the party. As they held their ground, preparing and looking about, contemplating what to do next, that was when they began to realize up the tree spurred more of the Chonkster family and dynasty, bringing us back to the cliffhanger we were on, about mid-morning, as the sun seems to begin to pick up overhead. Already a nice 75, 85-ish degrees out with the humidity picking up. Due to the water nearby, the swampy humidity begins to really come to feel in fruition as we return to our party, looking up at the trees and counting multitudes of Chonksters, them all with their scales glimmering with what looks to be the greenish scales of Chonkster Sr., But unlike Junior themselves having what looks to be large or purplish hammers for tails that seem to be almost designed like a Mjolnir hammer, as the creatures seem to hiss and rattle the hammers from above, the Chonkster dynasty begins its preparations to attack, watching you lot. What would you like to do, my dear heroes?
Take a quick count of how many Chonksters.
Give me a search or
Great.
spot check. 3?
And I also search.
Yes, you can.
Can I search, but not for snakes? Can I search to see if there sounds like there's anything else in the area, like
Sure.
Scartsman or anyone else?
Gotcha.
Cool. Just so we're not all doing the same thing. How much dice will I use?
Oh, cool. Not 20.
Nat 20,
Wow.
26.
Oh, nice.
I got a 15 with a plus 13. That's awesome.
Not
Oof.
a nat 20 for me.
That hurts. It's
18.
okay, Ned. Your knight's going off well. You know, it's a good thing you didn't save this for Melvin's rolls. You know, I'm happy for that. 18. All right, Dom, appreciate it. All right. So Eider and Ned, as you looking up at the trees, you roughly count 7 of the creatures, all about 4 to your right and about 3 to your left, all watching you lot with intent. But none others that you can catch that seem to catch your attention. However, Eider, you do notice in the shadows there's more of these creatures seemingly waiting, smaller looking, but seemingly watching. It almost seems as if this was a set ambush that you've triggered. Dom, as you look about, you do see the bear hound not too far off, still chowing down what looks to be a rabbit with a large cooked cranium. That seems to be kind of watching you lot as it stares. It roughly stands about 150 feet away, sits 150 feet away as it seems to kind of eye you lot chewing on the food.
Ned, tell it to Jalpa. No. I think Dom does note that, but I don't think he's gonna say it since we're being surrounded by the snakes.
Yeah, does it seem like we have like any time before they like spring the ambush, or they like the second we move their butt they jump the shit out of us?
The creatures seem to be kind of eyeing you up, but at least for the moment you seem safe for a second.
Gotcha. How close is the nearest building?
From where you guys went, because you went over the path, and back over to the camp. Actually, I think did I draw this out last time? Let me double check. Keep it a little bit canonical.
The map, I can...
Yeah, no, I have the map. I was just making sure I didn't draw on it. Okay, cool, no. I'd say it's about, the closest building, if you're willing to, run through the water, not knowing how deep it is, or how deep it is at the center of it, about 30 feet from the closest house, you could probably push through one of the, walls and get through it pretty easily with how, what kind of molded and rough the timber looks.
Gotcha. Luckily, I can just kind of like get over it. My little flight boots.
I was gonna say, I wouldn't go in the water given how long we spent looking at it suspiciously last session.
Yeah, I don't trust that water.
That's
I don't
understandable.
give a shit.
I agree.
I don't give a shit if it is like, because like the second I like step into it, there's not been anything in it. It was like, aha, you sprung my trap card. It was like, all right, DM.
There's nothing in it. What do you
The
mean?
water is a monster.
Yep. 17 water elementals come out of the woodwork.
No, it's an ooze para-elemental, thank you very much.
Don't you know those crystal scorpion creatures we talked about last session actually burrow underwater, but when they sense a disturbance in the surface tension above, that's when they come out.
That's true, it's true. But yeah, roughly 30 feet from the closest, but if you're going to take the path proper, about 60 feet in total to kind of maneuver around it.
Gotcha. Ned doesn't have a way to
Why?
traverse the air.
I point at my ring of water walking.
Oh,
Okay, never mind. We're good.
Never
I
mind.
just like point
Boys.
to like the fucking thing, or to the building is like, let's group there. I'd rather not just get collapsed on.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea to me.
Yep.
I
believe we just
waiting
book it for them.
cue. Yeah,
Yep.
and go.
As you rush across, Kez jumps into the little forge space and closes the door behind him, leaving you lot as you all rush off.
Oh no, Kez is a coward. We will conveniently forget about.
Well, at least he didn't get kidnapped again.
It's true. He's more of a liability on the field than anything else.
Yeah.
Uh,
Can I, like,
And snap, I
for like
suppose.
continuity's sake, can I like scoop up like the little cube that the spell leaves behind, so it's not just Kez in the middle of nowhere?
No, I mean it's next to the little camp set up. I mean, as far as it goes, so as you're running off, it'll be Kez jumping into it. So no, I would say as you're kind of trying to sprint away, it's going to sit there as he keeps the door shut, kind of waiting. All
Oh,
right.
no, I was saying like while I'm running, like scoop up the cube.
I got you. Sure, I'll allow it.
Yeah, cool.
Schrodinger's cube. This decision will matter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's mostly just like I don't want to like have to like go on like another Kez rescue mission. 'Cause, like if he's just in the cube, that's perfectly fine.
Just fingers crossed you don't get swallowed whole. Fingers crossed.
All right, if I get the entirety of me swallowed whole, then y'all are fucked.
It's true.
Oh, definitely.
It's true.
Like I'm not exactly worried about like shit like that. It's like what if a meteor strikes? It's like then we die.
But as you lot rush over towards the kind of house on the right, kind of avoiding the center house as you had seen the frost salamanders inside of it, and the creatures kind of eyeing you from the doorway. The larger of the two kind of seemingly beginning to kind of step on its back legs as you guys come closer, as it tries to block the doorway and looks down at you. As you kind of turn, heading to the side. Going into the house, looking about, you do see what looks to be a few broken down tables that look to be quite fresh, seeing the clean and almost bright wood from the cracks. The varnish itself looking quite new as well, as you kind of catch the scent of the fresh wood polish about the room. In the back corner, you can see what looks to be a large... almost humanoid-looking creature, or like a Goliath rather, that seems to be laying there. Its chest almost completely broken open as the rib cage seems to be completely shattered. The body kind of just leaning up against a wall as it sits there. As you lot head in.
Can Ned look at the chest?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
What would you like me to roll?
Yeah. Give me a knowledge nature. I assume you're trying to figure out what did that.
Yes.
Okay.
Even though I think Robert himself already fucking knows.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm scared.
Can
30,
Dom
20.
Okay.
make a roll to try to move something heavy in front of the door, or start blockading anything like broken open windows?
Oh yeah,
give me a just shove.
Give me a strength check real quick.
All right, I'm great at those guys.
I kind of want them to come through the door because like as they come through the door, that's we don't have to worry about them trying to break.
Don't
down
worry,
the
Ida, don't worry. I got a 6.
As you pick up your first table and kind of grind it across the floor, as you drag it with you, kind of shoving it into the doorway, creating a quarter cover as you kind of set it up. It's Ida. It's big enough for you to use as full cover.
I'm not the one we have to worry about getting hit.
But
No, you definitely.
as Dom does this, Ned investigating this, as you look about, kind of seeing some of the green adamantine bits of scale on it, it comes to your realization. It wasn't something was born inside of this. One of the Chonksters, as you'd have to guess, seems to have gone through this poor individual's chest from the back. As you look and see his spine is completely shattered.
He took the worst of back shots.
No, Ned. I think they just charged.
Okay, less scary, to be honest.
Yeah, not the xenomorphs. I will say those ones. Those are those are in the world. Another party ran into them. So, but thankfully,
era?
no.
Oh, no.
Yeah, thankfully not that in this situation. Although that would be way cooler. I might contemplate that later. All right,
Mind flare
I
xenomorph.
think you shouldn't.
Mind Flayer Illithids. I have a fantastic plague for later.
Cool. I'm gonna kill Dom as a standard action real fast.
All right, I'll roll the contest and roll that one.
Suddenly, a nation of spellforges arrive because they all need the force damage
On
to
my
cause
deck,
these things to go away.
suddenly materializes and uses his alliance with Zebril to
Oh god.
get the rights to murder the party.
Oh no. But no, as you lot begin to kind of look about, looking around the room, there looks to be a couple of shattered jars, a chest that seems to have been cracked open with a couple of blankets that have been mostly eaten away by some moths. The room is roughly about 30 feet by about 40 feet long. As you look up at the roof and kind of see, it's in decent shape. As you can see the thick clay, like, shellings at the top, or shingles. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. As you look up at the top, they seem to be holding well, as no rain seems to get in. A few bits of green kind of sticking through, but otherwise, the place looks sturdy enough to hold.
Cool. I go take up my position in the doorway to just be the target.
How wide of a gap is there in the door, and then like, are there any like open or broken windows?
No windows, thankfully. The walls are
Okay.
pretty much solid, but there are some bits of it that are a little leaner than others. The doorway itself is about 10 foot wide.
Okay.
And
I
about
will
20 feet tall, for reference. There we go. Yeah.
set up like within 15 feet of the door behind Eider,
Mm-hmm.
and if a snake or a monster, bear hound, frost, whatever little oogly moogly, puts its head through the door, I'm uppercutting it. I'm punching it. I'm
Okay.
like preparing an action to unarmed strike the second something comes through.
All right. Roll me some initiative, please, if you would not mind.
I do not, in fact, mind unless the dice roll low.
Guaranteed they. Oh my god. Well, the good thing I got those now.
This is the second 6 I've gotten in a row. I'm becoming concerned if I roll a third.
I am
Let's.
Oh,
almost
no,
dead
don't
certain
worry.
I will act before the other 18.
We're in the same party. We're in the same group.
Oh god.
I don't know what Eider's doing, but we've got each other, man.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you.
I don't like the amount of nat 20s you've already rolled.
What do you mean? It's
No, he's
fine.
getting it out now. He's getting it out now.
It's a normal amount. It's not like I have something planned for you lot tonight.
The upside is,
Uh-huh.
at least they potentially have to hit me first.
It's
The
true.
upside is that unless they have 9 levels of rogue, I can't be flat-footed by these fucks.
It's also true. Alright, I shall go
The
on
world's
Ned's turn. Dom for
Stealthiest
10.
rogue guild.
Alright, let me get you. Oh, well, hey, you guys actually all go in order. I don't even have to do any hard work here. Alright, now let me get the mini Vipers going in here. Eider, what's your Dex mod?
My total mod is 9.
God damn. Alright, cool.
It's not 9 dex, but it is 9 with all of the bonuses.
Oh,
included.
fair. That's impressive.
Yes.
You don't go first out of all of them, but you are the second, so there's something for it. And then pretty much the rest either go right before or after Dom. Alright. No, after Ned. Oh my god. I rolled like ass.
Yeah, some of these guys got like 3s and 4s. Rough.
Don't worry though, the Bear Hound got a nat 20 for himself, so he is going to be chilling.
I was about to say, I was like, does the bear hound give a shit?
No, not in the slightest, but he does have a higher dex modifier than the serpent does, which is cool. So he is, as we get into the economy and the fight of it all. Wait, what is that, Ned? Okay. As the
That was Ned and Dom sitting crisscross applesauce waiting their turn.
Oh, got you. Okay, I was wondering. As the bear hound gets up, he is going to continue to chomp down on his lovely dish of cooked rabbit that he stole. As he has no reason to move anywhere closer currently other than to observe. And then now the first and the most brave of the Chonkster Juniors are going to make their charge attack.
Aren't they chunks or juniors?
Well, you're about to find out. Well, that's a 31 to go through the building.
Do
Um.
I?
Yes.
Do I
Give me a
get my
minute.
attack?
Give me a moment as I'm just double checking for something.
Which
Oh,
side do I go with?
let's
Hard to
see.
tell.
don't know.
Wood is 5 the HP of 10 HP per inch of thickness.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so Ned would be in the very back, looking at the skeleton currently. So being in the back right quadrant of it, this guy would be hitting the back left quadrant. So he will end up next to Ned, roughly, with Dom in the center on the right and Eider on the right of the door as well. All right. As he's coming through, I'm just gonna roll my damage.
You might not break the wall.
As he goes right through the flimsy clay ceiling, charging into the ground and slamming into it as he does. However, that does do 2 points of bludgeoning damage or force damage as he slams his head straight into the ground. His the little Chonkster Junior, his tail rattling as you see this almost purplish hammer at the end of it, kind of shaking about as the creature looks at you a lot, as it kind of orients itself as it sees stars from landing and hitting its head against the stone or the wooden ground. All right.
Dinosaurs.
As it ends its turn, Eider, there is now a Chonkster Junior about 20 feet from you. What would you like to do?
Then I noticed that that they apparently have force resistance since the fall didn't do as much as it's supposed to.
As the creature looks to be slightly more stunned, give me either a sense motive or a knowledge of nature check.
Give me a nature.
Okay.
30.
30. It seems that these creatures, it's not that they're immune to force damage, it seems that biologically these creatures are designed to take less damage specifically from that attack. So attacking its head or forehead would be like basically punching or shooting the bulletproof vest on someone. It's gonna hurt, but it ain't gonna do much. Otherwise, the rest of the body's open.
Okay. So it just has like resistance to the falling damage that it incurs to its damn self.
As the creature seems to be biologically designed to almost, as you've kind of picked up by now, its venom seems to be either when it comes in close to paralyze you and then try to eat you. This seems to be in a sense a similar attack. It smacks you hard in the face and knocks you out and then devours you whole.
Got it. Right, there we go.
Woo!
Sorry, noting that for
28 knowledge devotion. Damn. For those D&D nerds out there watching this, because for some reason we have viewers outside of our group.
gives me a cool +3 to attack and damage. So always a worthwhile to.
True.
All right. Let's do a quick check.
Oh no. Now damage testers.
Yeah. Gonna hit it with cold.
As Eider breaks out his revolver of a gauntlet. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wait, no, let's go with acid because
Okay.
that one probably has like the best chance. Considering it, don't think we've had anything that does acid on this fucking island that I can recall.
True.
So we'll do acid and we'll try hold monster.
All right, let's see what you got.
25 beat his touch AC.
Shockingly, yes.
All right. 5 points of acid.
He does seem to burn slightly as the acid splashes onto him. The creature kind of shaking it off quite quickly as it starts to burn through his scales, just ever so slightly, and cause a bit of smoking.
Yay. And then 14 for touch AC.
That beats touch AC.
Cool. Is he susceptible to paralysis?
He is not.
Okay. Cool. Just wanted to double check and confirm that one.
Mm-hmm. As you go to try and grab hold of the creature, causing it to hold still, it seems to quite easily wiggle about.
Yep. All right. That's both my actions. And my turn.
All right. As the next of the Chonksters are up, and by the end of this, someone will have to name them all. And he is also going through that wall. Don't worry, I'm about to have a good time attacking random bits of wall and ceiling as we figure out where I'm landing.
I was about to say, it's like, to be fair, you're not attacking any walls. You're attacking ceilings at the moment.
That's true. That is true. If that's 7, 8... okay, so that roughly puts us at... Okay, alright. As these Chonkster is going to land center of the room right next to Dom, as it slams into the ground, taking its... oh no, it takes a couple points. That's not bad. It takes a few points of force damage as it slams into the hard ground, slamming through the ceiling as it comes colliding through the clay shingles, cracking as it does. The sun kind of now beginning to slightly bear down a little bit more into the room as you feel the heat and the wind blow through. As the creature lands, it looks about, and Dom, as you mentioned, holding an action earlier to attack the creature.
Yes.
And this is your shot.
Yes, my moment.
You get your one attack. Let's see what you got.
That.
Or rather, your
will
one
be-
action. My apologies.
Yeah, that will be a 18 to hit.
18 just barely hits this creature.
Ooh, okay. Does this? It's acting already, so it wouldn't be
Correct.
flat-footed.
Correct,
Alright,
it is.
So let me roll my damage without the sneak attack. So that, and then it's my d6 plus the wisdom. And then I don't have the claws out yet. Well, it says I can use a swift or immediate action. Would I be able to, like, use the claws as I'm attacking or no? It's a held action.
Does it say it's swift? Wait, sorry, did it say it's swift action to pull them out?
Yeah, user can now use a swift or immediate action to switch the gauntlets from
So-
bludgeoning to slashing.
Yeah,
I would want to keep bludgeoning.
swift or immediate means you can do it and basically on that time as that turn. So yes, you can do them. Basically, even upon I think swift is you do them at the beginning of the action. Immediate is you can do them whenever someone else's turn is going on.
Correct. It does eat your swift action from the next turn, though.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm thinking I want it to stay bludgeoning, right? I think bludgeoning is like one of the few things affecting these guys.
Seemed to last time when you
So,
guys beat on the creatures. Yeah.
I will pass on that one, and I will instead add the modifier from the shards. Cool, and it's not a crit. Great. This should be my damage total.
Ooh.
Let's see. That is. Oh, it doesn't tell me the individual amounts, I don't think. It does. So 4 of that is acid, and the rest is bludgeoning, which I believe also counts as
All right.
magical and good. Yes.
All right. As you slam.
Oh, the good damage also counts as force damage.
Gotcha. As you slam your hand into the creature, punching it almost straight into the face, feeling the creature's skull slightly give in, feeling the cracks beneath it, the creature seems to take the hit full face on as it comes back, and you can see its eyes slightly caved in as it looks at you, both in a little bit of surprise and anger as the creature begins to hiss and bare its fangs.
You're not the only one ready to strike. And I just posed up as I'm about to get attacked.
Yep, as it ends its turn though from its jump, and they have to do this as a full round action, so this is their whole thing.
Right.
That's why it's also random where they land, because I can't see you guys. Alright.
Well, I'm a big target, so we'll see.
Hits
what
for the
happens.
building. It was 1d8s, whatever. Yep, cool. Perfect. Alright, still as this guy lands next time. God.
He likes next to me.
Uh-huh. As the creature comes
fuck, loser.
landing next to Eider as he slams through the roof, as he drops down, missing him unfortunately. Okay. And that will be, let's see, 2d6. I'd like the opportunity attack, please. Oh, don't worry, you'll get it. And he takes no bludgeoning damage as he lands. Yeah, feel free.
Yay!
Let's see what you got. $19 barely hits, but it hits. Let's see what you got.
Huzzah.
As you swing down your mighty hammer. 15 points of magical bludgeoning, correct?
It's the axe.
Axe, my apologies. So magical slashing. Perfect. All right. As the creature feels the slash come down through its side, as you cut through its adamantine scales, the creature looks as surprised as you are as it starts to bleed as you pull the blade back, hissing and showing its fangs in surprise as it slightly curls up.
I just make suey.
As
Chubby,
you,
chubby, chubby.
As you do this, saying this, the creature seems to be almost slightly understand as his anger grows. As Ned turns, of course, seeing all the snakes falling through the roof. But before we get there, we've got one more of the Chonksters coming down. 22. Let's see, where's he going? Oh, he's landing on his friend. Ooh, no. Oh, and they're both going to be taking that. All right.
I'm just snake pile up. It's haha, my
they're
series are
all after you, Eider.
As
Good.
the two land on top of each other, they can technically, thankfully, due to one of their abilities, stack or be in the same square as each other. However, the force damage, as you see one land through the same hole and collide in a poof of smoke into the other, it kind of stands up and look as the two seem to hiss and bite at each other for a moment and then turn their attention towards you as it ends its turn. And as you used your opportunity attack, you do not get another one, unfortunately.
Guys, they're tangled on each other. We could just pull them tight and knot them like a rope.
I do want to
I could
use
use
the free
them as
action.
nunchucks.
Oh god.
I do want a free action, however, to taunt them and say, "See, if you dieted more, you probably wouldn't hurt as much when you slapped into one another."
That's just
Whoa.
mean.
I
Damn.
have to taunt them or they won't attack me.
Now.
Damn. Give me. Let's do a diplomacy check. See if you get their attention to focus on you, because technically, they can strike Dom within their distance. So.
19.
19. Let me see. Do I have a sense mode? I do. All right. Let's see if I can beat you. It meets, so you succeed. The creatures turn and glare at you with a passionate anger as you insult them once more.
This is my new tactic. Insult them until they pile drive me.
It worked
Oh.
with the goblins, it's working now.
That's a statement and a half. All right. As they end their turn, though, Dom, my man, the myth, the hopeful legend. Let's see what you got. As one stands within striking distance, straight in front of you, and then another. You have pretty much a bunch of targets. It is a target-rich environment. 2 to your right.
Oh, it is.
1 to your left, and
Very
1 in front of you. Who do you want to punch?
Target-rich environment, indeed. Within 10 feet of me,
Correct.
how many snakes are there? And is Ned or I know
4.
Eider isn't because they said 15 feet away.
All
4 snakes.
all 4 are within the striking distance. Yes.
Okay, and then how far away is Ned?
He'd be within 10 feet of you.
Motherfucker! I don't want you there. Is there if I shimmy 5 feet away from Ned, would I still be away from?
You'd have to step
Ned.
over the snakes and go behind them to get out of Ned's range if you're trying to be without being, or you'd have to stand next to Eider.
But then Eider would be in it. Okay.
Technically, Eider's also
Ned
within
did.
it because he's also within 10 feet of you.
I thought I thought it was 15 feet, but
Dom, you're
understood.
15 feet across.
Yeah,
well,
you're
now I'm
bigger,
thinking
so I'm
about it.
accounting for that. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Like
that's
Eider could
fine.
do what you're doing where you're standing without issue.
I'm just trying to do a cool thing I haven't got to do yet.
No,
but
I
I don't
get
want to
it.
hurt my friends.
You could
So
try to
instead,
vault over the serpents. You know, you'll take attacks of opportunity from all of them, but you know.
no, because I'd still be by Eider.
You can give it a try if you want to like include me as the target. Chances are I'll save at whatever you're doing.
He is the tank.
I mean, wisdom's not your highest stat, though, buddy.
I have like a plus like 14 to will saves right now.
His will is high because that's one of the few things I can do to mess with him is charm.
Oh, you can't
I
do
don't-
charm effects to be remembered.
Not
I'm fucking
anymore.
up with all of
Oh,
them.
oh wait, you are? Oh, good. I would know that in character, and
Yes.
I know that out of character. Forgot. Yeah, I'll move. Am I able to move closer to like
Yeah.
5 feet closer
You-
to Eider and
Yeah, you
away from
can.
Ned?
You can move fully up to almost the full 10 feet. Be next, fully almost on top of Eider. I mean,
You get a free
Yeah.
5-foot step, so you can just
Yeah.
5-foot step.
Yeah,
5-foot step. Yep.
And then as a one of my actions, I Dom in the visible eye that he doesn't have covering the eye patch, an eyelid lowers and his eyes take on this more reptilian sheen, and the position of the pupil seems to shift, and I'm going to activate on that action aura of gloom. So from his eyes and his mouth, this dark smoke begins to pool out and curl and fill the air around him with these vague shifting shapes, and I need a will save from all of the serpents.
Is this a fear effect?
It is a fear effect.
They are
Don't
immune.
tell me they're immune. Motherfucker! I didn't think they were before.
These ones are. If you didn't notice, they are slightly different. They've got large hammers on their tails that are purple, that glow slightly purple. They're also taking a little. They seemingly have been
That's
taking more
why.
damage. So.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's anything else I could do with this. There's one other thing, but I don't think it would work either because it's. Yeah, way low. Okay. Then I just look cool, guys. Intimidation.
You don't roll intimidation. Sure. Here, if I'll roll.
Because I'm pouring out smoke, and I now look more reptilian than before.
All right, you gotta
Just
beat it.
start
You
JoJo
gotta
posing.
beat a 10. Yeah, JoJo. Oh god.
Yeah, Jojo.
If you can beat a 10,
My
you got your intimidation.
Is a that should be a 23.
All right, you can add a +2 to your hits, and I'll take a -2 when they try to attack you. All right.
Perfect. I will then, with my other attack, flurries of blows. So I'm gonna hit the first hit on the snake I already punched. Just I like to finish up unfinished business.
Oh, okay. Well, that's messed up. All right. Let's see what you got.
So that would be.
Yeah, Dom's key is very much beginning to glow. The Super Saiyan abilities.
20 to hit that first.
20 to hit that first. That hits.
Okay. And then that snake, they've all already gotten an initiative, so there's no nothing there. So then damage will be the 1d6 plus 2 plus the 1d4. So first attack.
Oh.
31.
God damn. All right.
Is it alive?
It is, but not by much as you
Second
punch.
unarmed attack.
Oh no. As you just start wailing on this creature, taking a breath to see if it's still alive, as it kind of tilts its head side to side as it stings stars.
Yeah, I like to imagine he punches once, full roundhouse, and as he's starting to swing back, glances, still breathing, just power drives with the other arm, slams into it with the tentacle arm, a 28 to hit.
28 hits. Oh my god.
Yay, I get to.
Oh yeah, that
I get to
reminds
do
me.
this all
I have
again.
to
It's
double
my-
check for your arm.
If it has any psionic abilities, there's a will save involved. I can double check the wording.
Let me see.
Yeah.
The creature strikes a creature with psionic powers or psionic abilities. The target must succeed a fortitude save, DC damage dealt by the attack, or lose access to. Oh, all right. That's fucked. All right, let's see what I got.
I'm glad. Good to know these things have psionic
Oh,
abilities.
well, I succeeded, so I'm not
Oh,
too worried.
Well, damage done by the attack. Yeah, just barely. Did I forget any damage? Hang on. I need to double
Oh,
check. 88
well,
plus 2.
actually, for the 31, that would fail, so that will lose him
Oh.
his ability for the rest of the fight.
And-
Okay.
And then it says I temporarily gain the ability to manifest the stolen power once. Fades after 10 rounds.
Alright, I'm gonna
Can
send
I
you something
Get
real
a
quick.
PM on what that is?
Crackhead fucking graph did you get? What the fuck?
Oh, yeah, now you
I
know
told you
why.
guys it was worth the trouble. Ooh, let me take a look at this.
Oh, it's worth the trouble
Ooh.
on the island. We're never gonna fight another psionic thing on the planet.
Nope, that's why it's
Listen.
not at all useful after this. Unless you
Hey,
decide
that's
to,
why,
unless you
guys,
find a way
we
to use it.
gotta- We're making a base here. I've
Totally.
decided.
The fuck we are.
But and then
Oh.
22 was for the second bit of damage, correct?
Yeah, 22 was the second bit.
As you go to finish it off with the second hit, feeling the arm beginning to glow and steal the energy from the creature's head, what looks to be a small brain pulls out of the skull of the serpent and pulls into the ooze-like arm, kind of immediately diluting and breaking apart as it seems to turn into protein that seems to fill the arm back to and goes as it goes back to normal. You see as the tail of the creature of the elder serpent seems to stop glimmering as the ability is drained and the lights on the creature go out. The poor serpent falls dead as Dom pulls their ooze slime-like arm away as it reforms back into a proper giant arm.
Nice. I cut out and came back to it dying. I love when that happens.
Good. Well, short end of it, Dom, you killed it, and you just ate its brain.
Oh.
Or
my
your arm.
Ate the...
Yeah.
I think Dom looks at that a little bit like a, didn't know that would happen. And then kind of just turns to face the other serpents. His eye slitted, the smoke around him, the tentacle arm like freshly coated in blood, and just says, you know, there are easier things to kill around here. And that'll be my turn.
You end your turn looking about at
Stop
these.
making yourself a target. God damn it.
Thankfully,
Hey,
they're
it's
still
not
taunted.
my fault.
Ned,
I got cool shit now.
as you are up looking about, you see a serpent kind of only about 10 feet in front of you, kind of looking at you, preparing to attack as it kind of stares at you after landing here. Another in the center that just got destroyed, its body kind of laying there, its skull kind of caved in from its brain being devoured. And then two further that seem to be about 30 feet up towards the doorway, staring at Ida on top of each other. What would you like to do?
Do these snakes need to roll the save that they probably can't fail yet?
The fear, they are fear immune.
Okay. I figured, but I thought I would ask.
Yep. To Dom's disappointment as well, don't worry.
Yeah, my
I
great
forgot
disappointment.
to open my staff. Let me do that real quick.
No worries.
Okay. First things first. Ned is gonna go ahead and try to whack the motherfucker.
Alright. See what you got.
Oh, that's an 11.
An 11, as you go to bonk the creature, unfortunately, your bonking stick bounces off as the creature seems unbothered and unfazed by it.
Son of a bitch. Wow. Okay.
As Ned gets angrier, he swings again, smacking into the thick, plate on on the creature's forehead, where it seemed to kind of take the bludgeoning blow from its strike completely onto, hitting it once more as Ned does. The stick once again bounces off, leaving your arms kind of thrumming as the entire stick vibrates. The creature seems to be slightly confused and looking about at the other two compatriots as it reevaluates the danger here.
Don't worry, Ned is equally as confused.
That's understandable. Ned is, I
He's gonna
assume,
try to like hide behind his shield.
understandable.
Oh, it's made out of Chonkster Senior.
It is. It is made out of Chonkster, and once they realize that, that's going to cause problems. But they have yet to. All right, Ned. As you end your turn, kind of staring at the creature, annoyed, a little bit angry, your stick slightly thrumming, your arms slightly thrumming, ice still wrapped around you. What would you like to do with ice?
Well, I don't imagine that he's gonna do anything, but let me see.
I know why you want. So you could designate.
Okay. What?
Me reading it.
Hmm.
I'm reading it. Too bad.
Ned's inner monologue is just a soap opera. Don't mind that.
It's just,
It's the
it's just
What's,
Alluvia.
what's the Luvia?
Choosing your
He's watching her shows in the background.
Uh-huh. We don't realize this Ned is super intelligent. It's just all of his brain power goes to dealing with, like, producing the soap opera in his head while he's kind of fighting things.
And yeah, I believe that.
Uh-huh.
It's got to
After
go
the Alfred
somewhere,
Stone
goddamn.
conversation.
It does.
Well, at least ice can hit.
Ice hits!
Snake on snake violence.
As ice lashes out at the creature in front of you.
That is 1d4. I'm imagining poison immune.
They are indeed poison immune.
Okay. Well, then it takes 4 piercing damage.
As ice kind of chomps forward, biting into the creature, the snake, seemingly as it looks over at the Eider and Dom in confusion at your kind of smacking of its plate, the plate on its head, its neck exposed, even though technically a snake is all neck. As the creature bites, or as ice bites down, tearing at it and indenting their fangs into it. Unfortunately, as the venom doesn't seem to do anything, ice pulling away as the creature hisses and shows its fangs. All right.
I'll
Ice?
give ice a little head scritch.
Ice seems to kind of take the head scritch happily as it watches the other creature mesmerized, staring at it. As Ice hasn't moved, do you want to do a second attack?
Sure.
All right. Let's see what you got, Ned. Come on. Eider's thinking of how he can upgrade Ice later. Oh, unfortunately, Ice, distracted by the head pats, was not able to get a second bite in as the creature, more prepared, seems to lash out back. All right. As you end your turn, we've got the last 3 of the Chonkster dynasty coming down.
From the top rope.
Yeah, we're gonna just do all 3 and save us some time. What's that?
Threes. 2.
Oh!
4. Close enough.
1 does fail to go through the roof and just lands on the roof, kind of smacking into it.
Just hear like an awkward.
As you wonder what happened. Alright, let's see.
Thud.
D8. Let's see where they land. Alright. Where... Now Ned being cornered by 2 of the Chonksters that land on top, as one lands on the other that was in front of him, and another replacing the one that Dom just killed. Alright. Let me make a quick note for myself real fast. That one next to Dom. And then we got you next to Ned. And now we'll roll my favorite. Ooh, alright, not bad. As as the three Chonksters kind of come slamming into the ceiling, the clay breaking apart as they do, none of them managing to land on any of you as they followed their family into the thing. The last one, as you seem to hear it kind of go flying off, it's a little smaller, a little thinner on the side of the Chonksters. He seems to slam into the tile, and unfortunately his weight does not carry him through, as that portion of clay shingles seems to just slightly dent as you all look up at the ceiling, kind of expectingly, as the creature makes a slight groaning noise from above. Alright, as they end their turn, back up to the top of the initiative, the Bearhound is going to come over and start sniffing around your camp, as he looks for more food around there.
Man, am I
good
glad I
thing
took
you have
Cast
the
away.
cube.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
As he ends his turn. Alright. The first of the serpents up in front of Ned looking about is going to go ahead and make a strike at Ned as he is the closest target. Don't worry, Ned, you should be fine. That's an 18 to hit.
It does not.
Ah, good job, Ned. Fantastic. Now, can you do that twice? That's a 29 to hit.
I cannot do that.
Alright. That'll be 9 points of piercing damage as it lunges at you as you smack it away the first time. Second time lunging once more as it bites down onto you. Yes, do not forget the Sun's Tear DR, as Eider puts it, down to 4 damage. And I need a fortitude save.
Is it, if I have DR5 magic, does that...
They do not...
shield?
The biggest.
Yeah, they do not stack, so you take the biggest. So you take 1 damage.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yep. And then, please, a fortitude save. Good, sir. Don't worry, if you fall for the issues of this poison, Dom knows what it is. Oh shit, you
That's
did.
well.
Alright.
Unsurprised.
Oh,
Don't worry, Ned, you should be fine. You just need someone to heal check you. Alright.
joy.
Alright, Ned, unfortunately, you are paralyzed for 6 minutes. In good news, you have ice to still fight and smack things around for you. In bad news, Ned, you will have another fortitude save at the end of your next turn. Alright. As the creature ends its turn after biting down on Ned, injecting him with the strange liquid similar to the others, immediately recognizing the effects from this, you can see Ned's body almost going stiff as soon as it happens, as the Chonkster seems to prepare again to open its mouth wider. However, it ends its turn as it has to take a full action, unfortunately, to engulf and grapple down Ned. But as it ends its turn, Eider, as you look about, seeing Ned suddenly standing still, it doesn't take much to realize that something has happened and Ned is not, or has been incapacitated as you look about. Seeing the Chonkster opening its mouth wider and catching on to what's going on, what would you like to do?
I just draw my face across my hand across my face and just go, for fuck's sake, every goddamn time.
At a moment's notice, Ida realizes at the end of this, Ned is going to be the most poison-immune individual coming off of this island.
Hey Ned, do you want to use your tail maybe? Or could you have? Just as a reminder that that's a thing.
I think so. Let me see.
Does your tail grant you anything?
I don't remember
You mentioned something in planning chat. Yeah, you had one use of being able to resist the poison or something.
I just remembered that existed, and I'm pretty sure you could forego a poison that gets infected on you, isn't it? Isn't that the point of the tail?
Carry the blue.
He's
Yeah.
checking. Oh. All right. What's the check? What's it say?
I'm sending it over.
Poison absorption. The tail upon the wielder being hit with a poison or venom effect that is not magical in origin, which this is not, allows the user to instead once per day have okay, I see my own. Thank you for making me read it out because I see my own spelling errors here. Once per day, have tail absorb the poison. Alright, great spelling there. With a reflex save, DC 5 plus poison's power level needed to craft. If the poison is natural, does not require magic or psionics to make, it gets a +1 effect, making DC 6.
I think that's the DC if he uses the poison, but it will like absorb the poison.
That's correct. Yeah, that is, upon success, the wielder of this tail can use the poison spray effect of the so it is,
Now.
you have to make a reflex save, please, good Ned, DC 6.
Ned, please.
Now,
These aren't my strong suit, but I'm hoping.
okay, I was like, damn,
The dice could have done the.
he could have actually rolled, he could have rolled lower, holy shit, I'm actually shocked on that. Yeah, Ned, as you manage to instead, kind of taking a moment as you inject yourself with your own tail, absorbing where the poison's from, and taking it into your tail as you do, you get your get out of jail free card once for the session. And
Ned realizes he can move again and just shoots the widest eyes at Eider.
Yeah, I just like flashed you a thumbs up and was like, "Yep, glad I remembered for you."
I didn't write like noting that he needs to write a book of how everyone's abilities works for them apparently.
Hey, I do my graph research myself.
No, but good catch though with that, Ned, because that poison, and I will send you what that poison is real quick.
Oh yeah, it's not a fun guy. Not when there's this many enemies.
No. Alright. So, you can open the tab earlier. I've been there. I've been there as a DM multiple times. It happens. We've all been there. Alright.
All right, so we're gonna have to play this fucking game because we're playing Rocket Tag, and I don't want to like just lose like a member of my party because they can't roll above like a 10. So I turn and I wave up my hand across the room, and Dom and Ned get the sanctuary effect because it's a 30-foot cone. The snakes are not affected because they're not my fucking allies.
You're an asshole.
And then I like clang on my shield and say, "Come and get me, fat fucks."
Alright.
And then I slap a snake in the face with my axe.
Alright, let's see what you got for the axe attack.
Okay, cool. 21.
21 does hit. Good hit. Go ahead and roll up damage.
Swing, bada bada.
Alright, as you slam into the more injured of the two serpents, kind of smacking straight into its head with your hammer, as you shout this at the creatures, you definitely draw their attention as they look over at you. The hit smacking hard as one of them kind of feels its head go down, the skull sounding like it's cracking as the creature rattles its hammer more and the energy around it begins to glow. All-right. As you take on, kind of waiting for the creatures to attack you, shield in hand, hammer at the ready, or war axe at the ready, rather. All looks ready to go. All right.
Yep. I'm posted up. I'm ready to receive.
He's ready to get slammed into. And I'm happy you are, as the first of the serpents standing in front of you, in fact, the one you just smacked into, is going to make a touch attack.
Kind of a touch attack.
A psycho metabolism touch attack.
It's an interesting touch attack.
I know.
What's it do? What's it do?
We're gonna find out together now, aren't we? Does a 16 hit your touch AC? No.
It doesn't.
Okay, I can do this once more, you little bastard. Come here. That's the
It
tail.
only does it because of bullshit fucking bonuses.
There we go. 21.
Yeah, 21 will hit.
All right. As this creature waves its hammery-looking tail about, as it does, a purple imagery of this Mjolnir-like scaled hammer comes slamming into the shield the first time. And Eider's taken on by surprise by this same thing seemingly sending its glowing servant hammer at him and actually hitting him back a little bit. As the shield lowers to look at it, you feel it as it slightly dings off your helmet as you take. We'll see if you actually take any damages. This is just bludgeoning. So I don't know if I might actually not overcome your DR. Nope.
You did not.
As you feel the ding and look at the creature with confusion on your face. As the snake seems very ecstatic about what it just did as it rattles its tail.
This is a Psylike ability, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the psychometabolism power hammer.
Cool. He provokes unless he's doing like an auto hypnosis to try and not.
No, he does not have auto. Well, wait, actually, do I have auto hypnosis in the skill? No, I do not. Didn't think so, but you never know. Sometimes these creatures do. So yes, you will get the auto hit back, and it loses its cast of that. 18 to hit. That hits. 10 damage as you smack right back into the creature with anger, but also a little confusion, still trying to figure out what just hit you in the head. You look at the creature, kind of angrily smack back and like prepare yourself for another hammer to hit you. As you look at the other creature preparing, the creature, as you provoked, is going to do the same. Thankfully, as Dom doesn't have to deal with being smacked by these bludgeoning hammers. As it is going to go ahead and roll once more. I'll just do the 2 of these.
Yep. I, of course, have my attack go.
Don't mind that. I forgot some buttons. It's okay. We're good. There we go. 23 and an 11. Wow.
All right, so 23 hits, obviously.
Yep. As the first one kind of comes expecting this, as you look at the other creature, seeing it bounce off, kind of going flying past Dom into one of the walls behind you. As you look at this thing, readying your shield up as the second one goes through. Will it actually do enough damage to go through DR? Nope. No. As the hammer smacks into you again as you watch this, and the creature just kind of waggles its tail at you aggressively.
It's like...
Ending its turn, unfortunately, as they burn their casting. Dom, as you see this, seeing how the power kind of works firsthand as you watch this interesting combat, we'll call it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jedi Force powers getting launched at Eider here, basically. You see as there is now still a snake standing right in front of you, and then 2 that are in front of Eider within easy striking distance. What would you like to do?
How many of the snakes still have to go after me?
3 more. However, 1 is in front of Ned, the 1 is in front of you, and 1 is on the roof.
That's true.
So
That's
that is
true.
you'd be dealing with only one of
yet
them.
to go is on the roof.
Let me. Okay. I want to play devil's advocate. If you fail a single save, you're basically out of the fight completely.
I think in this case, it's not devil's advocate. I'm the devil's advocate. You're the voice of reason.
This is the angel on your shoulder.
Angel's attorney. Yeah, but I want to hit things. I'm mom.
Cool. Wait 5 seconds. They are going to still be within your range. Again,
it would actually be 15 seconds. It's 5 seconds per per snake.
No, an entire round is 6 seconds.
It is, yeah, it's 6 seconds. I still stand by that. Yep.
Oh, right.
Well,
yeah. So
okay.
again, if you hit them, the sanctuary will break. If the sanctuary breaks and they hit you and you fail the poison, you will be out of the fight.
What if I just give them a handshake so firm they happen to die?
They don't have hands.
Well, yeah. So I would have to grab him by the neck. You know?
Also, interestingly, these ones don't have wings.
If you
Yeah,
attack
I'm
roll
noticing
at
that
all.
too now. Fine, fine, fine. I will wait until the snakes have made their move, and then I shall attack them.
Okay. All
Dom,
right.
Dom, Dom knows Sanctuary's on him. He understands the gist. He's, you know, eyeing them up. He's watching them use their ability, seeing how they use it before
So
he emulates.
to make clear, you're holding your action until right before Iders.
I think delay
Uh,
so they it's
Delay.
permanent.
Yeah,
correct.
delay until the other 3 snakes have gone.
Okay, so only the other 3. Okay, I wanted to make clear on that because there is another snake that is at the top of the initiative that goes before Eider. So,
Yeah.
all right,
Oh, you can't delay to like.
that's
the
true.
end
You
of the
can't
other
go back
round.
to the top. That is a fair point. All right, if you wish to delay to the end, that's fine. Here, I'll set you up. All right, as you delay, Dom kind of watching and holding themselves back. Ned, you're up. And thankfully, you are not paralyzed.
There are how many snakes in the room right now?
Currently, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one on the roof.
Cool. Well, yes, but no. I'm using both
yes and no.
actions, but I promise I'm not attacking anything
Okay,
yet.
thank Christ. It's like, I don't care what you do, just
What's the plan, Ned?
Number one, both things do have to do with the staff, interesting enough.
Oh no.
Ned will start saying a phrase in Druidic,
Mm-hmm.
and he will activate the Elder Viper eyes
Mm-hmm.
to activate Al's wisdom.
Perfect. As the eyes on
And
the
then-
staff begin to glow.
As he starts to look a little wiser, he continues to mutter some words, and he will activate the staff itself. So all of my attacking will be done through wisdom.
Perfect.
that was still active from the last combat because the last like 10 minutes or whatever.
I never activated it last time.
Just when you did it.
No, he didn't have
I think that
to.
was Chonkster
No, because we
Jr..
only had one enemy, so I didn't do it.
Yeah, it was just Chonkster Jr., so that was, yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, no worries. As Ned's staff grows 3 sizes thicker in his hands as he prepares to lay down the law of this tree, his eyes beginning to take shape to turn to an owl's as he looks about. His wisdom seems to grow as his eyebrows kind of push out and make themselves look a little more winged. And now together, Ned looks like he just evolved like a Digimon.
Digital monster.
Yeah, because it's not a Pokemon evolution fully. It's just a minor Digimon change. All right, as Ned ends his turn, is Ice going to do anything?
Oh, ice also has the sanctuary effect.
Correct.
Ice is just gonna hold for now.
All right. The serpent on the roof is going to take a moment, look around, and as he realizes that no one's watching, he is going to jump down the hole that one of his compatriots made and land in front of Dom. Jumping down.
Nobody sees me bitch out of like trying to do the jump. Okay, cool.
Yep. Yep. As he lands in the pile of, one dead snake, and another that's laying there. As he does so, kind of jumping down, thankfully not taking force damage because it's not too far of a fall. He looks about, and he, looking at, Dom, is going to waggle his tail once. And Dom, does a 14 beat your touch AC?
Unfortunately, he needs
Sanctuary.
to roll a sanctuary.
Oh, that's right. That is, what, just a D100 for the concealment?
No, it's will save.
Will see, that's right, thank you.
Yes.
I can totally make that.
They're very wise.
They are,
I
actually.
feel it.
13.
Fails.
Fuck. Alright, I'm gonna do it again.
You only get to do it once.
Alright,
and then it's like you failed for the entire rest of the duration of the spell, which is only a round, but
Alright. You know what? Fine then. I need Ice to make a will save.
I know, not the charm snake again.
Yeah, I knew it. Snake to snake communication.
Alright, let's see what you can do, Ned. Have you trained Ice well? Oh, he's on mute.
Ice.
Hmm?
Baby.
Also, unfortunately, Sanctuary does fuck all to prevent this one. So.
Nope.
Oh yeah, definitely. So that's why Royce whipped it out.
I've got something else too.
Uh-oh.
Well, you only have one action because like it does.
Oh, no, yeah, I know, but I got 2 more snakes.
You said well.
Yeah. Yes, we'll save. Yep. Yes!
Well, that's a nat 1.
He's charmed.
As
Handsome.
Ice was delaying their turn, the Elder Serpent is going to give it the order to bite whatever is closest to it. Unfortunately, Ned, Ice is no longer holding their action and is going to take their action right after that serpent. And... Oops, my bad. 1 sec. Let me fix my initiative. I went in the wrong area. There we go. And is going to go, and Ice is going to go ahead and make an attack. And remind me, Ice is what? A constrictor or a viper?
Viper.
Okay. Let me...
Sanctuary.
I know, but it's unfortunate because of, now you gotta smack your own friend. Alright, +4 to hit.
You just hold her. If you grab a snake like right behind their head, they can't bite you, and she's too small to strangle Ned. Just pin her.
That's true. Oh yeah, I've got to actually make the save. So there's the 23 to hit, and then the will save is... 22 for a nat 20. That's an auto success.
Nat 20. Uh-oh.
Because yep. So does a 23 hit you, Ned?
Yes.
As Ice betrays Ned. 1d.
Is it charm or dominate for the?
Sorry.
I was like, is it charm or dominate for the snake?
What do you mean for the command serpent that I did?
Oh, okay, it's command.
Yeah. That is, you'll take 4 points of damage, plus I need a con save, please, Ned.
Didn't break the skin, I don't think, between Ned's DR or mine. So since it's an injury poison, he doesn't have to make the save.
Is it an injury poison?
It's a snake.
Well,
snake injection, yeah.
I'm double checking.
You never know. We'll come across a magical snake that.
Oh no!
Like
Yep.
acid or something.
No, Ice does not spit venom. No. All right. Making
She'd be
sure.
cool if she did.
I know, right? Then never mind. As
He's just slacking then.
I know, right? As she will not overcome DR. Thankfully, Ned, as she bites down, kind of pushing your shield quick enough as you do, she seems to bite down onto the shield as Ice's eyes kind of glimmer as they seem to completely be glowing purple. No iris showing whatsoever. Alright, well that ends Ice's turn. Oh no, I get... Oh, yeah, I get a second action, actually, as Ice hasn't moved. They're gonna make another attack. Which first means another will save. God
Let me
damn
double
it.
check, because I think Sanctuary... I can't remember if it's all or nothing. Like, if you succeed, you always have succeeded, or if...
Let's hope so, because I rolled a 4 otherwise, which I have a feeling that did not succeed.
On opposite day.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's that. It's unaffected by that casting of the spell.
Perfect! Alright.
If you fail it, you're fucked for the entire duration of the spell. If you succeed it, you can ignore it for the rest of the spell.
Good to know if in case an enemy uses it.
Alright, Ned. That's a 7 to hit.
It does not.
As Ned kind of just pushes the shield and keeps Ice's face slightly to the side as he stares at the snake that's mesmerized Ice with anger. And as Ice ends their turn. Right. The serpent directly in front of Ned is already done, as that ends its turn. And the last one in front of Dom is going to look at Dom, and Dom, I need a wisdom save or a will save.
Let me double check. Is this an enchantment tool?
This is a charm effect, but it is not magical.
Okay. Because I get a bonus for being a monk if it is.
Oh,
Oh,
no, you
wait,
still
did
get
you
them.
say it looks into my eyes?
Correct.
I have a graft. Anyone within 30 feet that meets its eyes must make a will save or be paralyzed.
Oh shit! Wait, I'm not. Oh man, I'm not immune to that.
It looked, yeah, I was gonna say it. It looked into my eyes willingly.
You said will save?
Yeah, it's not a high DC.
14?
Oh, it's the DC 14, so I think that means
That
it just makes it.
that does meet in this situation. However, as my rule goes with means players tip a win. However, that is only when it comes to AC. So in this case, unfortunately, the creature will succeed.
Almost. I almost got it. I caught it slacking. Okay. That was so funny that actually managed to happen because I looked at that before combat. Like, surely they wouldn't lock eyes. They're snakes.
Now you give me a will save.
Yes, I'll give you a will save. No, get back in the box. Get back in the box. Okay.
Oh shit!
So that will be 27.
20. Well, damn. Okay.
Yes, I am a monk.
Yep. Nope. You are not charmed as the creature kind of begins to sway side to side, looking at you in the eyes. You are not at all interested and do kind of immediately breaking eye contact.
As a monk, that is snake based and has a performance skill, just thinks I could sway my hips better.
Oh god.
This is rookie shit.
Dumb. Speaking of which, as the creature will end its turn with the mesmer. Oh, actually, hold up. Because it's. Give me a second. You know what? Actually, I have a genius idea. It is going to take the second half of its turn and go ahead and try and grapple Eider. Come here, good sir.
Okay.
As the creature tries to mesmerize Dom, as Dom just kind of looks away, the creature kind of looks at Dom with annoyance, turns towards Eider, here, still thinking about that comment. As a 24, oh my god, I rolled a 4. Damn it. Alright, let's see.
Wait, this is a plus 20 for its touch attack?
For its grapple.
Well, no, the touch attack isn't made with the grapple. It's made with like a basic attack.
It's grapple. It's going for a grapple against you, is what I'm saying.
I know the touch attack it does first has to do its base attack plus strength plus mods. It's just a normal attack.
Yes, that's the bonus. Yeah, that's all together. It's a plus 20.
Oh damn! I remember them having like a plus 11 earlier.
No, they have for their. It's specifically for their grapple. It's literally listed out for you on the site. Like it does all the calculation, adding it all together. It has a plus 11 to its bite. This is just it trying to wrap around you. It is not trying to engulf you. Go ahead.
No, what I was trying to say is like the plus 20 is like for the actual grapple check. You have to make the touch attack first.
No.
That doesn't have the bonus to the grapple, and then you make the grapple check.
No.
Yes. Like if it's initiating a standard grapple.
God
And
damn
is it
it.
using
It's always a rule check, god damn it. One of these times, I swear to God. Okay.
If you tattoo the rules on your arm, you could just check mid-session, just pull up your sleeve.
I swear. Don't you copy at me. I will fucking smack you with a fucking CR20. I see what you're saying. Yes, I can fucking read. I do have the page open. God damn it. Please, cause me more irritation. I have more bullshit I'm happy to throw. God damn it. Fucking All right, here. God, Jesus. There you go.
Misses.
Yeah, fuck you.
Hey,
Either-
it's for my life. I need
Uh-huh.
the things.
God damn it. That is bullshit. Let me double check something. I'm gonna fully see if I could rule lure you for this now. Because if I have something I can pull out of my ass now, you've caused the DM a great disturbance and irritation now. Ba-ba-ba. Do I have? No. Okay. You're lucky for right now. I can't do what I want to do. Okay. Alright, as the creature will end its turn, and as Eider smacks it away as it tries to lunge at him, trying to wrap around him. Alright. As ends its turn coming to the last in the initiative, Dom, you are up.
Yay. Okay. So the snake in front of me just tried to paralyze me, just tried to grapple Eider. So I see him going for my buddy, my pal, my friend. I'm like, no, this can't be allowed. And I will flurry of blows because I still can't do the cool things I want to do with my ally so close.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna punch it, and if I do hit, I'm gonna soul warp strike. But we'll see if I hit first. That is off the table. That is on the table. Congratulations. 25.
25 hits.
Let's go. Then this will be. Oh no, formula. Okay. 8 plus 2, 1d6 is 2 acid, and then only the 1d8 because I haven't activated the claws. That will be my damage, and then I
Whew.
need, I believe, Soul Warp Strike's a Fortitude save, but I'm double checking.
No worries.
Yeah, I want to make sure because it's been a hot second. Yeah, Fortitude save.
All right. Give me a second. Let's see what we got.
It's not a very nice save, to be
19?
fair. Yeah, that's 16.
Okay.
So instead, I will be using my second flurry of blows to punch it again. You'll
Well,
never.
Let's see
Never
what you
guess.
got.
Oh, there's a chance this could miss. This could miss.
Mhm.
16.
That does miss as the creature seems to have taken the hit, its head not recovering quick enough to, unfortunately, as you swing, expecting it to have raised itself back up as the creature still kind of laying back, looking up at your kind of extended fist.
Hmm. I have a question about the power I absorbed
Uh-huh.
for as far as regarding my second action. So it says a successful melee touch attack.
Yes.
If I just punch, would that
No.
count?
Nope, it's
No,
you actually have to make an
separate
actual
thing.
melee touch attack. Yep. You have to declare it,
And
basically.
then
Because it's a different AC.
oh, I just saw what makes this good. Okay. I was looking at the description. I missed the part. Yeah. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Cool. I will do my second attack then to do another round of flurry of blows
All right.
because I crave their blood.
Naturally, as one does.
First one, 14 misses. Second one, 27.
27. That hits quite hard.
I was gonna be concerned if my previous 20 roll hit and 27 didn't.
No, yep, suddenly it's growing
suddenly-
greater armor. Uh-huh. It's
Suddenly
to,
something was
augment
suddenly I have to roll
Eider's sanctuary pain in the ass.
Awesome. So I'll be doing this. Another big punch.
Ooh, all
And
right.
then,
Yeah,
if I
as you...
said correctly. Oh,
Uh-huh.
go ahead.
Yeah, I was
I'm
gonna
saying-
say, as you slam your fist into the creature, your hand goes through and into the creature's skull, feeling the head of it dent as it drops dead.
Oh. So it says this special ability is a swift action. Can I use that on the next nearest snake?
Yes.
Okay, I would like to make a melee touch attack on the nearest snake. Do I just add my normal
Uh,
unarmed strike?
Let me pull up my touch attack thing here again. Because I have it already pre-written out for me.
Yeah, because I know it uses their
Strength plus
ability, but
base
I think it
attack
still
bonus.
uses my
Yeah.
stats.
Yep, it is just strength plus bonus. Yeah, because you don't add your size or dex or anything. So, it's just
Okay.
strength plus base stat.
All right. So that will be 17.
That hits.
Oh, okay. So I think it does the 1d8, correct?
Correct. Yep.
Okay, so I will just grab my d8 physically, since that's an easy die to roll. On guard! 7! To the nearest snake
As
that's living.
you punch into the one next to it, the creature slamming its skull down into the ground as you watch the blood kind of squirt out underneath your fist as a purplish psionic hammer kind of appears into your hand as you turn and swing at the creature that's kind of standing in the same square as it smacks into it. The creature's shocked that you can use its own power against it as the hammer vanishes.
When I hit the snake that just died, or the snake after, do they have to make the save?
They
to
do.
determine if I reabsorb it? Okay. I didn't know if the one that died, if that counted, because I still had, like, a charge. I didn't know if these things stack.
Yep, let's see what you got. So, remind me what the save is here?
I hit for 31 twice on the dead snake, and then I only hit for, like, 7.
Yeah,
on
and
the second.
it's fortitude, reflex, will. What was it?
Fortitude, and then the DC is just the damage.
Alright. Plus 8. Well, that's a nat 20. So that's an auto success. As you try to take the creature's soul. Let's put it bluntly.
Hey, brain.
Totally. As the room begins to glow for a moment, a greenish magic seemingly coming off the creature as Dom tries to kind of pull the head into the arm. The arm surprisingly unable to dislodge the head as the skull was not cracked well enough. And then for the second one, watch me roll another nat 20. Nah, shit. 11?
Nope. Fails the second.
Alright, you can add another charge of the same spell.
Perfect. And I think the last one, I don't think it can even fail with its bonus. It was a 7.
Let's go. Nope, there we go. No, I was delayed. I saw the future too early.
So the living snake's perfectly fine. It
Yes.
just, however, just watch me eat the brain of its friend.
Yes.
And then bludgeon it with its own ability.
As you stare at the creature, kind of glaring, waiting for a challenge. Alright. At the top of the initiative, the bear hound is up, and he is going to make a sniff check to see if anything catches his attention.
The dead snakes, for sure.
He is going to begin to move his very large ass over as he glimmers and enjoys the warm sunlight on his back. He will stand at the doorway, about 5 feet in front of it, look inside, and is going to end his turn, as that is as far as he can get. As he just kind of sniffs around, looking at Ida and Ned and Dom inside this dark hovel where the formerly dark hovel, now that the sunroof has been put in.
Also, I glow like Chernobyl.
True, it is true, and with the sanctuary, it makes it even more shimmering. It's like an enchanted rainforest in here.
Dom's sanctuary is muted by the dark, ominous cloud around him.
It's
your
true.
sanctuary's gone, so...
Yes, unfortunately. But as the bearhound ends his turn, the huge serpent sitting in front of Ned is still having its own ability. It's going to look at Ned and is going to try and bite him. Alright, we're going to make 2 bite attacks. Oh, sanctuary, yep, that's a good point. Yep, thank you. Fucking goddamn it, Ida, I swear to God, I'm going to burn your shield. And
No
armor.
campaigns,
And
no
body.
damn.
There's a nat 20. Now go shove it.
Oh no.
I need that for later, god damn it, not now.
So many. It's
You've
like
rolled a
5 or 6
disturbing
this
amount of nat
session.
20.
It's not even me doing it like I'm
Guys,
faking it. It's all in the
no,
Discord
I-
chat.
Leva
I know.
knows. He's
I've seen
saving them up for the 3 nat 1s he's gonna get an insta die. I could
Alright.
feel it.
It's gonna
I
be like
predicted it
yeah, but that'll be the
before.
NPC you needed to talk to.
No, just don't bring Scartsmander back.
Alright. Now, before I roll these 2 attacks, either, is there any other bullshit bonuses you can give Ned before I can just beat the daylights out of him?
Actually, no.
Yeah, I know. Oh, well, you know, there's a 28 and 25, Ned.
If I slide
Yeah,
you
those
this
hit.
$100 bill, does it mess?
God damn it.
It's the most powerful card in my arsenal. The credit card.
Oh no. Alright, that's a 7 and 11 piercing damage, and Ned, I need 2 fortitude saves. Well, actually, technically, I only need 1, because if you fail the first, it doesn't matter. And if you succeed the first, then we'll see what happens.
I take 2 and 6, right?
Yes, correct.
You said fortitude?
Yep.
Come on, Ned.
DC 20. Nice,
20.
Ned! Alright, second one then. Let's see what you got.
Oh.
As I did double
Did I
check
just use
this.
the nat 20?
Nope. I did double check this. This is one of the few poisons that does not have an. Once you succeed, that's success for the rest of it. Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
didn't get it the second time.
Oh, no poison has that in D 3.5.
I was looking. I thought they did because that would have been kind of cool to make sense. All right. I'm sorry, Ned. That is 10 minutes of parent paralysis for the time being. And you will make another save at the beginning of your turn. With it, which, at least if you save against that, it is only a one-time save, so you won't have the bad effect.
Oh. Needed to cast that poison spell on ya.
You know who, I think, that, wait, let me double check this, is Kez. What level is he? He is 6. Because technically he is in the initiative, and technically his turn is higher than, Eider's, because he starts at the top,
He
so...
comes out of the forge, casts a single spell, leaves.
he what was his domains? It's life death, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that means he gets, I think, automatically remove poison. Let me double check that.
I thought
'cause if
he used
does...
neutralized poison when we fought Chonksters Senior, didn't he?
We had to remove paralysis on speed dial.
Yeah. Oh,
Even
yeah, that's
more.
right. That's what it was. Remove
Remove
paralysis. I
paralysis.
thought he did, because that was one of the things I was like, well, shit, I'm going into this with this regardless. I assumed he'd be here. Yes, that's right. He can cast it. Cool. Then, perfect. I will add him in, put him proper to take his turn. Kez NPC. Because he got a 20 in his initiative roll in the background here. And I think with
then
it...
used the nat 20?
Yeah, with his, he's got initiative +2, so he would have had a 22. I just didn't write it down because I didn't think it mattered. Alright, cool. Well, since it does matter, and he can technically open the door to this cube at any time, as that was kind of the joke of this thing. Eider, as the cube drops out of your pack and falls to the ground, extending out a little bit, a doorway opens, and Kez is going to, lean out, and do I have to actually touch you? No, you should be within 25 feet. And cast remove paralysis onto Ned. Ned, you can add a +4 to your next save.
I think it just straight up removes it if it's only a single target.
It does not. It only removes it if it's a spell cast. Because it basically negates the paralysis effect.
It's a natural poison.
Yeah, because you can free one or more creatures from it, a temporary or related magic, but including Ghoul's Touch or slow spells if the spell is cast on a creature the paralysis is neglected. If it is, let's see.
If the spell is cast on, there's a
It's
period
not a
in
spell.
between. No. there's a period in between those things, including a Ghoul's Touch and a slow spell. Period. If the spell is cast on one creature, the paralysis is negated.
Ah, I see that. Let me check Ghoul's Touch to see what that list has for a poison effect.
It's a supernatural ability.
This is a natural ability, so I'd still say the +4 would be more the effect to make sense, because it doesn't say that and temporary paralysis is not technically. Well,
No,
it is
a temporary
technically, because it is a time. Yeah. So yeah, no. All right, cool. Then yes. So in that mind, that is true. Then with that, Ned, as you feel the magic hit your body, you feel yourself able to move again. However, noting you still are affected by the secondary effect of the poison, so you will still have to make that save here after this, or at the beginning of your turn.
Uh-oh. I
Is
don't know
the
what that
onset-
does.
Does it have a different onset? Because usually it's a minute later that you have to make the secondary poison saves.
I have a listing for it, and Dom unfortunately has not figured that out yet, and neither has anyone else with the poison effect. So, and as the DM curtain closes, I will not be telling you about it, unfortunately. At least not yet until we roll for it. But as Kez will roll that, freeing Ned from the paralysis as the poison takes effect, or tries to take effect, Kez will then go close the door once more, ending his turn, and staying within that damn space as he doesn't want to get attacked by these creatures. All right, Eider, you are up.
Yep.
Now, would you like your free action to see what kind of paralysis this is, or what kind of venom or poison this is?
I'd love to.
There you go. That's a fuck you for earlier for making me go look shit up. God damn it, coming at me.
Well, first action is going to re-up Sanctuary.
Okay.
And then second action is, well... I've got... Okay, the two in front of me are not dead yet, right?
Correct. There is, you... Yeah, give me a second to blow this up. I thought you were going to roll, so I was taking a hit. Give me a sec. There we go. Alright. So, as you look in front of you, you can see two of the creatures standing in front of you, looking over you. One quite well injured, the other looking like it's barely been touched. To the left of you, and about 10 feet from diagonal view, are another two of the creatures, or sorry, rather, one of the creatures still standing in front of Dom. That looks slightly untouched, with two corpses laying beneath him. And then lastly, there seem to be two in front of Ned that are kind of looking about and glaring at him.
Okay. I'll do a line attack through the two in front of me and then the two in front of Ned.
Okay. Let's see what we got.
Oh, roll reflex saves.
Oh, alright. Give me a second. 20 plus 7. This will just be easy to do for all of them. That is a 12 across the board.
They fail.
Woo!
Take 41 force damage.
Force damage? Alright. And you said you're just aiming down the line at all the ones in front of Dom and Ned?
Well, I don't think the ones in Dom's are perfectly in a line, but I think I can get the two in front of me, which will always be they'll always get hit just because I have to aim past them, and they're sharing the same squares. So
if you angle it with how far away Ned is, you won't hit his as well, but you can hit those two directly in front of you. You'd have to basically be standing in the doorway and to take the hit, huh? Slightly to the right of the door.
I can take a 5-foot step and re-angle and
okay. Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, that works. I'll take that then. Yeah, that's fine. Just a note that as you step into the doorway and see a very hefty-looking bear hound that is huge, not large, as you get a good look at him. However, he seems more curious than interested in than attacking you right now. But as you aim your hand out and take a shot, he sniffs at the air like Blue, the giant bear, and watches this.
Yeah, I just block eye contact as I just let off a force of concussive magic through 4 different snakes.
As you slam into the majority of them, they one goes down kind of in front of Dom, dropping almost immediately. Or sorry, rather, one of them either in front of you goes down. Apologies, I have a -2 listed as attack against Dom with it. The one in front of you either that was weakened goes down almost instantly as he's obliterated by the amount of force just smashing through his skull and obliterating nothing left of the nub. The other looks to be bloodied as he spit. It looks to be take the hit full on as his head slightly caved in, but the creature's eyes, still bulging out and bleeding, look like they're determined. The others look to similarly be in rough shape, but otherwise manage to keep their standing.
I just yell at them. I was like, I told you. You're not going to get them while I'm alive.
The last one, looking at Ned that had just attacked Ned a moment ago, looks at you as it collapses, its body dropping completely as the poor creature finds itself dead. The only one that had saved against the sanctuary. Yes, I'm a little bitter about that. But as
it wouldn't have mattered because he'd have to roll again because this is a new casting of it.
it's true. But as you look on saying this, the creatures seem to eye you warily. Many of them injured. Only 3 of the snakes still standing. All right. Does that end your turn, Eider?
Yep.
All right. Give me the knowledge nature for the poison,
Yes.
as you asked.
Ask and you shall receive.
At least I assume you don't have craft poison making, so otherwise that'd be kind of
God, no.
out of right field here.
I do.
Well, we know you do, but it'd be kind of weird for Eider too, given he keeps giving you guys
No,
gifts.
maybe I mentored him in downtime.
Oh,
Behind
that'd
the
be weird.
scenes.
Do you want him to make poisonous armor? Go ahead.
31.
31. So from what you can tell of the poison kind of getting a look of it, this seems to be an almost instantaneous effect that it happens as soon as the body would naturally move, which would be in theory at the end of the paralysis. But because Ned is going to be moving, it seems to always be after he gets affected. Mm-hmm. And I will note the DM did make a misslip when he said earlier because I had forgotten that when I was reading my own poison at the note when I had asked Ned to do it after being frozen, if you will, or paralyzed. So, but yes, from what you can tell, it seems to go off immediately at the end of the paralysis effect.
Got it. Do I get any idea of what the effect is?
Yes, it knocks you completely unconscious.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
No save, just out cold.
Oh.
Once you fail the save, you're out cold completely.
And I don't suppose, staying perfectly still does a damn thing, does it?
Nope.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
I yell at Ned. Ned, it might knock you out immediately. Good luck, buddy.
Ned feels the wooziness and the
Don't burn
lightheadedness. All right. As you end your turn, Eider, those 2 are dead. The serpent in front of you that's still standing is going to go ahead and make an attack against you. Rather, it's going to make a grapple attack against you. But first, for the sanctuary.
I don't have a sanctuary on me.
Then fine. Fucking fantastic. Let's go.
But I assume he doesn't have improved grapple, does he?
No.
And he takes an attack.
Yep, and I assume a 17 does not hit your, or manage to hit your AC.
It's 1 higher, so it would hit.
But
the attack of opportunity comes first.
Yep, let's see if you manage to kill him before he gets as he jumps at you. See what happens.
I apparently did something illegal.
Woo! 15 damage! As you slash into him, chopping his head clean off as he slams into your shield and slides down as a chunky mess. As you just barely overcome all of its the creature's unfortunate non-existent DR against magical bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. As the creature's head goes flying off, and immediately the body slams against your shield, making a wet smacking sound as it drops. The creature ends its turn, unfortunately. As it does, that also... Oh, no. Okay, perfect. That does not break the spell, because that creature is still barely alive. Ned, I need a fortitude save.
You said extra +4 from Kaz?
Correct.
Cool.
DC is still 20.
God of the angels.
Jesus Christ.
And as Ned hears Eider saying this, sees the creature jump at him, kind of comprehends it, Ned, you feel your head go light and your body feels heavy as you pass out. Any last words before you go unconscious?
I'm gonna go pee.
Oh shit, he's pissing on the floor.
As you see, Ned wets himself almost instantly. Oh, alright, and take his turn as he is now unconscious until someone wakes him up.
That's
Or
really a character.
Alright. The serpent kind of is standing in front of Dom, seeing Ned is unconscious, is going to look over at him and look over at Eider, and is going to make a quick check. Eider, give me an intimidation check, please. Alright, can you beat a 15, Eider?
Very likely not. My modifier is a 0, so see how this goes.
You're
Hey,
dead.
I believe in
I
you.
got a 13. Does
13?
the 40 damage I hit it with last time kill a bonus of any kind?
Yes, it's more reason for it to go look at Ned. Alright, Dom, give me an intimidation check.
Oh, do I get any bonus still from the smoke or from the 2 dead bodies beneath my fist?
Yeah, but not that give you any bonuses. Mostly bonuses for it to go look the other way.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I just thought it was funny that I'm the one who has the 2 dead snakes next to me. My intimidation, I didn't roll that good. 16 only.
The creature is going to look at Dom as Dom tries to get the creature's attention away, seeing it eyeing Ned up, looking at Ned as it starts to kind of get ready to pounce.
Come on.
As Dom kind of shouts to get its
He won't
attention.
taste good. He just pissed himself.
The serpent kind of turns and hisses at you as you wave your arms at it. It kind of glares and it's going to make its attack. Ned, Dom just saved you from being eaten.
I just saved you, buddy. I'm getting attacked in your stead.
It's going to make a sanctuary, fucking thing. This is a will save, so 7 not +8. Oh my god, thank you. Thank you.
Alright, this is rigged.
Alright, that's another nat 20, so that's the 6th tonight for those keeping track.
Yeah, that's the comment I made, Robert, was that you pissed yourself and you taste bad.
He is going to go ahead and... Does a 23 hit, Dome?
That's 23 is my AC.
Okay. Alright, so I will say that will miss, but he's going to make a secondary attack. However, before he does that, you get an opportunity attack, as that was an attempted grapple, as he jumps at you.
Oh, it was. Perfect. On guard.
Come at me.
Okay, not a nat 20. Got close, though. I got close. So that's a 28.
Damn. Alright, yeah, that hits.
Alright. Oh, buddy. This is what I wanted. This is what I've been waiting for. Any excuse to... Hey, no, hey, beyond 20? Hey, buddy, what are you doing? Where'd my keyboard go? Okay. The bots are revolting.
Wait, your keyboard vanished? Oh no.
My phone. I've been rolling on my phone. I've been doing.
How dare thee? You've got physical dice for that.
I'm not. You know how long it'd take if I rolled my damage with physical die each time?
Fair.
No, I fully support them doing this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Take an eternity for the
32.
math.
32 points of damage as you smack it in the face and watch its skull cave in like an accordion as the body like slowly crunches in on itself, dying on Dom's fist as it wetly slinks down to the ground in a wet smacking sound.
The pile grows.
Alright, the one in front of Ned, however, is not going to be persuaded as it has more reason to attack Ned than anything else. However, unfortunate, as it's the one that has ice around it, it can't move until after ice goes. So it's going to delay its entire action for after Ice. Ice, who is going to go ahead and actually, as it was told to do so, begin its engulfing of Ned.
Tiny little ice.
Sanctuary.
Yep, it's got to make a sanctuary check, and then if it does, that'll be an auto success because Ned is technically
I
healthless.
want to see tiny little ice try to swallow
Oh,
Ned whole. He's
Tiny.
large.
Ice is large.
Oh, I thought ice was medium.
No, Ice is large, I believe.
small.
No.
Oh,
That's
she's a
what.
big snake.
Yeah, she
Large.
is a large snake.
Oh, I picture
however,
small as a pet.
Unfortunately, I need a nat 20 to succeed the will save, and as Ice bites down, thankfully Ned is protected.
You'd
However,
think having to roll a nat 20 would be a fucking issue.
I know, right?
Only when it's for our allies.
Ice is going to kind of climb off and is going to go over or move over towards Dom as they will end their turn next to Dom.
Hey, buddy, don't make me have to put my friend's pet down. He'll be very upset when he wakes up.
It's true. As the one that was in front of Ned is up and is the last Viper standing, it's going to try and swallow Ned whole. Which means it does need to make a will save against the Sanctuary. Alright, come on. 19?
No!
Fuck! No!
Finally.
In your time of need, the
Yes.
20 has left.
My dice. I was ready to eat Ned. God damn it. Well, you can't really
He may
do
be a
it.
pain in the ass, but he's my pain in the
The
ass.
snake goes to try it, and it starts at the legs and immediately starts gagging.
It's going to instead look over as it bites down on Ned and feels the glowing shield around him kind of keep the creature from being able to do so. It's going to look over at Eider, and it is going to use its mesmerizing sway.
Cool.
You know what? You are right, and the creature didn't know that. Fuck you. Neither did the DM for a moment. He had forgotten. Shit. As it sways from side to side, looking you in the eyes, wondering why you aren't doing the same thing. It stares in concern as it ends its turn.
Those hips do lie.
It do. As the creature ends its turn, Dom being the last in the initiative, there is only Ice and this one serpent.
Well, Ice will presumably be friendly once this other serpent is dead. So I'm just gonna go for the other serpent. I'll flurry of blows.
All right, let's see what you got.
First is a 21.
That hits.
All right. I'll roll damage first just to see if this thing goes down.
Eider's sanctuary effect is just a little Eider wagging his finger at you. Yeah, no, accurate. 28
So low rolls, 28.
for damage.
Yes.
As you smack into the creature, how would you like to do this, Dom?
I like to imagine instead of a punch, what happens is he sees the snake swaying, and just is fed up of all these snakes. So many snakes. Who let these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking house? And I reach out with my non-tentacle arm. I was gonna say normal arm. It's not normal. It is grafted. The non-tentacle arm, and I do that thing I talked about earlier, where you grab the snake right at the base of the head, and it's unable to move its head enough to bite. And as it starts to like coil around my arm, the tentacle arm wraps around it, and Dom pulls, and pulls until this thing just rips open, and its intestines fall to the floor, and then he just drops it.
As you do so, the creature seems to look on at you in shock and horror as it watches all of this, almost living through half of it before the creature goes unconscious. As this horrendousness kind of goes on, you all kind of sing this. Well, by all, I mean Eider, because Ned's unconscious.
And the bear hound.
And the very fat bear hound, as he watches on. As this goes on, the tearing and the sounds are just horrible. But after a few moments, Dom dropping the wet plop of meat onto the floor on the house, the battle wraps itself as we take a quick 5-minute break for those who need to feed cats, run to the restroom, or take a moment to breathe. We will see you back in a second. All right. As Dom lets the body drop to the ground, and as the bearhound kind of stands there, not really seemingly interested in fighting you lot, you find yourselves with seemingly no more raining snakes as you wait a moment, holding your breath, looking through the roof, watching. A moment goes by, and with nothing happening, it seems that you have plenty of time to rest, take a moment, think.
Can I attempt to reach out and like pet the fat bear hound?
I was just looking for the animal check on my
As-
sheet.
Well, he's a magical beast, and his intelligence is the same as mine.
Oh,
As you look over at the large, kind of orangish brownish bear with a large black eyes that kind of looks over at you, it is huge in all accounts. This thing looks almost as wide as Dom is, and as it looks up,
Bear-hound.
go ahead and give me a handle animal check just for the you putting your hand up.
if he fails, I have a roll I want to make as well.
It's an 11.
An 11. The creature kind of looks at you, kind of seems to kind of turn its head slightly as it seems to sniff at your hand for a moment, and then looks up at you again, pulls back a little bit as it watches.
You know, just, like, don't pursue it. It's like, obviously not interested right this second. It's like, you want? We could be friends. I know you lot are incredibly smart.
The creature just kind of gives a loud grumph and then kind of begins to walk off to the side to one of the other houses and just kind of sits down in front of it.
Can I
Mm-hmm.
can I attempt? I want this bear in our team. As it begins walking away, can Dom make just like a whistle noise to get his attention, and then in the hand, still holding half of the snake, just kind of paw/roll it towards the bear, like this freshly killed meat, and just go, listen, you work with us, you travel with us, don't attack us, keep us safe. You'll get more meat than any bear hound on here could have. Hundreds of pounds of meat, if you know what pounds are. You'll be fed for a lifetime. And we'll try to, bribe it, bribe it with food. It's a bear hound. Dogs and bears both love food.
Give me a diplomacy check for this one.
Oh,
to
I'm
paint
better at diplomacy.
to paint a little bit of a picture, as Dom steps away and Eider kind of looks out, Ned being left unconscious, laying on top of a couple of snake corpses, in a pool of what is slowly growing blood around him as ice just kind of lays on top of him. Oh, a couple bubbles. Oh, no. Well, no, a couple bubbles kind of coming out of the blood pool around Ned's mouth as he slightly, just lays there.
Okay, go rescue Ned.
Ooh. Okay. Sorry, I got
Go
a
ahead,
good
Dom.
roll. That is a 24 diplomacy.
24, as you kind of lean down, kind of saying this and holding over the meat, setting it down in front of you, the bear hound kind of leans forward. So he begins to, sniff at it, paw at it, and then picks it up and begins to chew on the corpse and looks at you as it kind of just tears at it, seemingly just comfortably happy to do so. As Eider in the background kind of turns, seeing this, and it takes a moment, realizing Ned is slightly drowning, kind of rushes over and turns his head. Give me a heal check, Eider, as you go to help Ned up. See if you can get him out from unconsciousness.
I doubt it.
You just gotta roll a 20. Oh, okay.
I've got a +3. That's a hard one. I just gotta like
Ah,
grab the cube, like open it up, and just shove him inside with Kez. It's Air Doctor's time.
as Kez kind of leans down and he will begin casting. And I don't know what his caster level is off the top of my head. Is he pure cat? He is pure cleric, so
He's
6.
Purecaster, yeah.
So is it? Let me double check.
Well, I could just do the heal check to like remove the thing instead of wasting a spell slot.
That is a fair point. I was also just gonna heal him, but that's a good point. Let me see. What does Kez heal bonus be? Holy crap! Plus 13 without modifier. Well, that's a 27. So as Kez kind of leans down, suddenly Ned, you go from seeing the snakes kind of dying and being torn up. As Eider seems to kind of blow a hole in a few of them, to suddenly waking up in Kez's arms inside the forge.
Ned would like to walk out of the forge and just start pulverizing snake skulls.
I attempt to stop Ned immediately as much as I can. It's like no, I need those.
As
I need the venom glands. Go for the ribs.
Ned kind of like sits up quickly, a little bit of a glare in his eyes as he gets himself up, leaving Kez behind as he walks out the door and grabs one of the skulls that's already kind of broken down and just starts kind of smacking it with his stick.
I just like heal the skull like in between.
As you see the damage continuously undoing, Ned. It's not therapeutic, but as you start hitting it at one after another, eventually after a few bits of a few times, the anger starts to die down a little bit. As Dom kind of walks over towards the that building with you lot in it, the large the huge bearhound kind of seems to follow half the snake in its mouth as it seems to be slurping on it, making a disgusting sound as it does.
Yeah.
But as it kind of like waves the thing back and forth, letting it brush against the ground, kind of as it saunters. Either kind of seeing Dom come in, walks over to Ned and Dom and begins healing. I was gonna say, do either of you actually need healing?
I'm missing
I only
2
took 10
from the
HP
last
health.
fight.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you don't have any damage?
No, not
I have
real
2
damage.
points.
Okay, I hit you. I like poke you just like in the ribs, and you feel like the tiniest trickle of magic as you heal.
There you
I
go.
think Dom's like in the middle of like pulling out like just like watching the bear hound like basically make a chew toy out of the snake, kind of laughing a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's reminiscing kind of on like all of the animals Utham raised when he was younger, and he like takes out a little bit of more of the meat off the ground of the snake he like ripped in half and like offers it out, and seems to just kind of be enjoying it. He had his beef with the bear hounds in his arm, but he's making progress. He's recovering, guys. It's therapy.
As you lot kind of, I love that. As the bear kind of looks at you lot as you kind of begin to feel your body healing. By the way, Dom, I need you to roll me 3 d20s, please.
Ooh, I think I'll roll them physically, because I make poor decisions, and I also don't trust the bots.
Oh, that'll be fine.
Right.
What do you mean?
First, second, and finally the third. Interesting results. 4, 13, 5. That order.
Okay. Dom, you feel your body begin to take on power as as Ned and Eider, you see the room begin to glow a slightly green as a dark, almost blackened fog begins to emit from Dom. As about 3 of these snakes seem to they're almost what looks to be visages of these creatures in a phantasmal form, almost ghost-like. Seem to pull over towards Dom and pull into their arm almost immediately as Dom looks on, surprised and in shock as much as the rest of you.
So, this wasn't yeah, because this wasn't my ability. It wasn't a conscious thing. The arm, the tentacle arm, absorbed the snakes or their
Seems that the
souls.
souls just absorbed into your body without you using your ability, Dom.
Dom, in the middle of feeding the bear hound, notices this and for the first time in a long time looks visibly shaken because this was not his doing and I had a deal made with the ruler of this place that this would not happen. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I guess I'll make a note.
The huge bear just kind of chews on the serpent, kind of looks at you and smile as it smiles slightly as its mouth widens, and you see just chomped up bits of snake in its mouth. Just the meat, thankfully, as it seems to be tearing away the skin off of the creature and pulling it off.
I just like raise my head to the sky and just look up and just like give it a rude gesture. And it's like, fuck you. It's always
Beautiful.
something.
The sun kind of slightly overhead. These snakes are called elder
My note.
serpent huge vipers, and I will
Okay,
post it in
I'm-
the chat for your knowledge. There you go.
I'd say I have made note of them in my tab.
Do so, yes. As the dark clouds seem to dissipate and the green energy seems to vanish, all of you kind of watching this, the sunlight kind of returns, the warmth of the day of the 85 degrees kind of starting to hit as the sun gets higher in the sky, and you feel it beating down on you all. As the huge bearhound watches and Eider curses the sky above. The rest of the slowly after a few moments of kind of feeding this huge bearhound, the creature will pretty much skin each of the snakes for you.
Oh.
Out of its more interest because it wants the meat and guts.
Yeah, they pay.
Can I?
Can I aid another specifically for the tails? Because they seem weapon-like.
It's not
enough,
going
you
to
know,
eat the tail, as you'll watch. It'll fully leave it alone, just leaving it to you.
Can I?
Well, I figured there might be weapon-like enough for me to be able to use like the craft weaponsmithing on them, since
Yeah.
they are almost entirely just a hammer.
Yeah, give me a give me a, let's say, do you have profession craftsman at all, or something of the similar?
I've got craft weaponsmithing.
Yeah, it'd be better just to be doing it as a profession check because they'd cover over everything for like crafter in the future. I might give you some like skills later for that to save us some time. All right, yeah, let's do the weaponsmithing for now. See what you can do with the if you think you can make this into an item or what this material is. Nat
What's a
one.
nat 20 for a 35. sorry.
Nice.
There's yours.
8, because I think dwarven bonuses apply because I think it's metallic enough.
Correct. However, I will say these things are, from what as you look inside the hammer itself, it looks to be filled with a thick like bone like cartilage that seems to almost expand out fully to the edges of the skin and harden into an almost mix of chitin and bone. As you kind of poke at it, it's durable and seems to be where most of the nutrients of the snake seems to go. This stuff is high quality as you kind of poke at it. Make great bone meal. As you kind of test it out, the material is roughly about what you'd expect of a +1, +2 kind of hardness to it. Seems to have similar properties to adamantine, but does not look like it's actually metal to forge. You just have the shape of it.
I have so many ideas. You're gonna hate them all.
Can I work with the bear to like let it rip open the snakes, and I like kind of go in to get the venom glands from these?
Oh, it's
the
not
thing.
going to eat the venom glands. This bearhound does not have the poison immunity to do so.
Okay, good. I was worried it was gonna poison itself.
No. This creature is quite intelligent. As you watch it kind of working away, it seems to use its one bigger claw of its pointer paw, or finger, if you will, to almost completely gut the creature in a single swoop, and then seems to tear at the meat in a certain place each time with its teeth, tearing out it almost cleanly off the bone, leaving nothing but the skin and bone of the creature behind, as it seems to be quite astute at meeting these creatures.
Okay, I would still like to harvest the things and glands, but can I also
Yeah.
make
Give me a.
a
Mm-hmm.
sense motive since it seems like kind of intelligent, just to see why this guy's like by himself? Like from what we
Okay.
gathered before, they travel like in packs and stuff. Like we were attacked by groups, so
Yep.
I think Dom, seeing that it's intelligent and clearly like not sick or injured, is just like trying to size up like why is this guy by himself?
Yeah.
What's his deal? What's your story, friend?
Give me a survival check for harvesting the poison, and then the sense motive for the trying to figure out if this
All
individual
right.
why he's alone.
Ooh, 23 on the survival, and then
Okay.
my sense motive is gonna be a 21.
So you can add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's at that. So that'll be uh 70 ounces of the poison that I had sent to you prior.
Mm-hmm.
To your inventory, assuming you have the glass vials for it. If you don't, I mean, you have teammates who might.
As I say, I think I don't. Let me check how many. I know when I had the inventory deletion with Dom ages ago, I lost the small stuff like the vials. Uh,
Something you'll have to buy when you go
mm,
back to town.
as I say, I know I have the poisoner's kit, which I think comes with some, but
Yes.
I don't. Ned, any of you got couple spare. I'll pour some of my cheaper poison out if I need to.
I just kind of like motioned you to like come into the forge, and I just like
Yeah.
motioned to like a bunch of glass vials. I was like, they're not real, but they'll store it for you. Like if you take it out of the forge, they'll disappear entirely, but it'll hold you over
Mm.
until we get to town. You can put them in a real vial.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that and just
Okay.
leave them in the forge until I can purchase more.
As you start kind of taking them in the venom sacs and start milking them one by one in the forge. The large, as far as, and then for your sense motive, what'd you get?
I got a 23.
Okay.
Or sorry, 21.
This huge bearhound seems to be quite large and seems to be very friendly. The creature seems to also recognize Yula as not really a threat and instead choosing to steal your food earlier instead of going after you. It's almost as if this creature's not necessarily intelligent or not necessarily strong, and that's why it's as big as it is, more intelligent. And given the species and what you've seen about them so far, it seems that strength is more favored amongst the few that you've seen, them tearing off your arm and running off with it. This one, while plenty strong, doesn't look to be as exorbitantly so for its size. It looks almost
Okay.
average. So it seems that this creature is lonely or alone because it's an outcast due to its intelligence, which it doesn't seem to be doing bad for by any means.
No, so it's okay. I think hey, Dom can respect that. Respect the hustle. It's working smarter, not harder. It seems to be paying off. Yeah. And Ned, does Ned just like come out from the being healed at the forge to just see Dom chilling with a bear hound?
As he's kind of standing off to the side after a few moments of beating the skull of this skeleton, Eider finally kind of putting a stop to that. I mean, you all can pretty much see this as this kind of goes on for a bit.
Ned, I tame is not the correct word. This thing is far too intelligent to be tamed. But I've successfully convinced it. I think to at least work with us for a while. I want you to know I took great inspiration from your work with animals.
Good job, Dom.
Dom, yeah, Dom kind like gives a gives a thumbs up
Ne-
with the tentacle arm specifically.
oh god.
It looks weird.
As you do so, the bearhound seems to kind of catching on to the understanding. It pushes through the door of the building and causes the door frame to slightly crack and push and expand around its large frame. As it goes over to Ned and kind of like pushes its cheek up to Ned's face and slightly starts rubbing him up and down with its fur.
I think he likes me.
You have that way with creatures
I just like
nuts.
sidle up to the bear hound and say, he can be your pet.
The bear hound kind of just looks at you, looks at back at Ned, and just looks back at you again either, and seems to kind of. You can see almost a concept of understanding for a moment.
Like I just gotta give it like a slow nod. He's like, you really need somebody to look out for him.
Yes.
The creature kind of just sighs and leans up against Ned as it seems to rub its fur against you. Ned, it seems like the creature's rubbing its scent onto you hard as well as onto Ice. Ice does not seem to be as much a favor of this as they continue to hiss and kind of show their fangs.
You know, I believe I'm far too large at this point, and Ned might also be, but there's a chance one of you two could, in case of emergency, and if our friend here allows it, ride it in case of emergency. Not a lot of creatures that are really our size. Kind of like looking at Ned in reference to like giants.
It's entirely up to him. He's like a full person levels of intelligence.
Well, yes.
The creature lets out the loudest and smelliest fart at the comment of that.
See? It's at least Ned.
Ah. See, I foresee great things between these two. Looks at Ned, looks at the bear hound, you know.
Smells the scent of dead rotting snake coming from the bear hound's ass.
Dead
Yep.
snake, fart, and also piss on Ned.
Yeah.
Can Ned make his way out of the building and shake his pant leg out?
Yeah.
Oh no.
As Ned heads over, kind of stepping over by the water, as he looks at it and kind of begins to shake his pant legs out. These leathers have been stained to all hell at this point. But
I just go drown myself into the shallow pool.
No. You can't die until I'm dead.
It's like, fuck you, I can do what I want. You can't stop me.
No. While I'm alive.
Ned, as you do so, give me a spot check, buddy.
Right.
$29. Nice. You see what look to be a bunch of little pink and blue creatures kind of swimming around in the water that look kind of like reptiles of sorts with lion's mane like appendages. They look to be axolotls.
Oh my gosh.
And as you kind of go, air out your pant leg as you get near the water, the creatures seem to be attracted by the sudden movement of the water and seem to kind of float towards the surface and through the deep, dense weeds as they look up towards you.
They're so cute. I'm
Don't be
sure they're deadly.
Don't
They look real.
What was that, Ned?
Do they look real?
They do look real.
Guys, I got something interesting going on out here.
Does it have to do with what's going on in your pants? Because I'm not interested.
No, that's already under the water.
Tom will like step out after like finishing up wiping his hands like clean of the blood and the snakes and just like look at the axolotls. I don't know if I've seen axolotls before. Can I just do a check
Give me a
to
knowledge
figure out
nature.
what these guys are?
Yeah.
And I think Dom's trying to figure out if these things are predators because they're the only thing in the water. Okay. Nature. Okay. Roll decent on the die. I don't think I have a crazy high bonus, sadly. So yeah, I don't even have it as a proficiency, so just my intelligence. So 17.
17. You ever seen those in an alien movie where they bring out the cute little pet and then suddenly it turns into a terrifying monster of teeth?
Yep.
As you kind of see Ned looking at the creatures, the ones floating up towards him that seem to be attracted to the urine now in the water seem to be quite cute as they show their form. But as you kind of watch, recognizing these creatures from when you were young, reading a book with as being one of the more interesting ones. These are they're called axolotl, but they are predators. Their face is kind of flip open in a sense as they bare their teeth, and their eyes roll back if the skin or the excess skin and bone flap. And basically, like a giant thing of teeth, begin to turn their prey into blenders. However, they hunt like sardine small creatures and tadpoles and like tiny fish. They do not have much of an interest in other like size creatures of your you know. Yeah.
Were those creatures native to here, or were those other creatures in other areas I read about? Because I worried, being Zebral's island, that these creatures might have taken on a more ambitious diet plan.
So they can live in pretty much any tropical terrain and water. So in a sense, they do adapt to the water, which, as you think about it, means these creatures probably they have minor psionic abilities or some sort of dangerous poison.
Ned, going to be honest, usually when a creature in nature, and I'm sure you're aware, you're a dude, you know more than this, you understand how a flower or a frog looks colorful, it looks nice, and looks pretty. And most of the time, that is because it is venomous or toxic, or it contains an ability to do harm when consumed. I believe, if I'm correct, these are creatures I've heard of. They are highly advanced predators for the prey they eat. They shouldn't be able to eat you, but I'm going to be honest. I don't see any other food source in the water, and we're on Zebral's island. So I would not risk putting a single finger in that water if you value not having this happen. And I raise up the arm I've lost that is now an entire twisted mass of tentacles and grafted flesh.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, if you want, you could maybe throw in meat for them, but I would not put any appendage down there.
First things first. Well, I rolled a nat 1 for a 10 on my knowledge nature.
Oof.
So
You've never
I'm
seen
sure
these
Dom-
before. Yeah.
and Dom is telling the truth as far as it goes for me.
Yep. They're cute though, Ned. They're definitely cute, but you know well enough, cute in danger means either deadly or carnivorous.
Or they want to die, which is a more concerning survival strategy.
It's true.
The good news is I wasn't putting an appendage in the water anyway.
As you watch the bearhound go walk up next to Ned, dip its face in, and kind of scoop up a few of the axolotls into its mouth and swallow.
The other good news, I don't think they're going to be too much of a threat.
Well, they didn't blast our friend here with death rays after being eaten, so presumably not.
It gives out a slight belch as one of the axolotls kind of flops out onto the ground. Poor creature seems to kind of look about for a moment in confusion as it slowly then crawls its way back over towards the water source. 25. Do they have any magic stuff I could be interested in? What is that knowledge nature? Sorry, it didn't tell me if you said yes or no.
Sorry, yes.
Okay, perfect. Then, as far as it goes, no, these creatures do not have anything magical going on about them. Roughly, their abilities are all natural poisons. They hunt by, in a sense, shooting poison or biting creatures, and then as the creatures try to swim away, they either slow down or they bleed to death.
Gotcha. So they don't have like any like natural like in Anything interesting that's like impossible to find in like anything else?
Nope, they probably have a minor psionic ability, you'd guesstimate, but then again, what creature doesn't on this island?
Yeah, and I can't craft with those anyway, so I don't really give a shit.
Yep, so, and they're too small to make anything from what you can tell. There's not enough materials for the creatures, because these are diminutive size creatures.
I begin lashing them together and make a great mecha or mega fucking axolotl.
Oh, gods.
Yeah. In real life, if you inject an axolotl with the right chemicals, it will actually force them to finish changing into a salamander. I don't think that could happen with these guys, but conceptually as a player, I'm curious what would happen.
Would explain where the frost salamanders came from, if that were the case.
Oh, maybe.
We saw their eggs.
Different species could be
True.
Could
You also
be.
did see their eggs, and they're in the house over off to the side. The frost salamanders, which are sitting at the door, but seem to be watching the bearhound warily.
I just give the
Are
frog
these
salamander
your
away.
kids? Come get your kids. They're talking to strangers.
But as you as Ned looks down at the creatures for a moment, the rest of you kind of gathering about the bits of the snake serpent kind of tossed into the forge with Kez to kind of preserve it.
Surprise.
Well, not much of a surprise when he had Ned in his lap as well a moment ago. As you guys kind of stand around though, looking about, the rest of the houses look to be kind of run down. Having seen the Goliath in there kind of catching your attention, as that would be kind of unique that the creature seemed to have gotten to this island. And seemingly seemed to build a village here as it kind of catches your eye as you look about. None of the other buildings, though, as you look through, for at least at a glance, seem to have any other individual creatures inside them.
Loot time.
Oh, you want to go loot the, Alright.
Kez isn't here to tell us that. Kez has got most of his most important magical gear from looting the dead bodies on this island. His holy gear. But yeah, I agree.
As the two of you kind of go to look back in for a second, the bear kind of seems to make a strange look, kind of looks at you a lot strangely for a moment as you kind of turn and head back to the house. Ned, I assume are you going back in with the party as well, or are you staying outside?
Yeah.
Okay. As the three of you kind of head into the building, the bear will kind of follow and stand at the door and just sit there and watch as he waits. As you head in, though, looking over at the Goliath, looking him up and down, he doesn't seem to have any chest armor, thankfully, but he seems to have a small glittering ring on one finger, a pair of pants on the other, and what looks to be something folded up under his very bony posterior as you kind of look under, and it looks to be, at first, a towel, but later looks to be actually a massive cloak. Made of black fur that seems to be simple but yet elegant in its design. The creature looks unfamiliar to any of you.
I inspect the magics for all the curses.
Let's get some spellcraft checks then.
So, what is it, 3?
Correct. Where is my witch? Exactly. 34.
Where my witch is at.
Damn. Do you have identify as well, or just spellcraft?
It's just spellcraft at the moment.
Cool. So just telling if they're cursed or not, and what caster level they are. All right, perfect. So I can confirm for the pants, roughly, they are not cursed, and they are a caster level roughly of 2. However, it seems that the enchant has slowly died off on them. This looks to just be a pair of masterwork leather pants made from a normal creature. You don't recognize it. It looks like it could be snake skin, but it could also be something else, some sort of serpent or some sort of reptile-like creature. No curse, thankfully, though, that catches your eye. The ring is very cursed, extraordinarily cursed. And seems to have a high caster level on it that you are unsure of exactly what, as it seems to have some sort of effect on it, hiding its true abilities. which sparks your attention almost immediately. The ring itself, for note, it is made of a simple, glimmering platinum ring or metal band with a sapphire or blue gem, and what looks to be a simple carving of a spider inside the sapphire gem. Um,
Is there a cat with the fucking spider?
no, it's just a spider. An eight-legged spider with four legs on either side. And then lastly, the cloak itself is surprisingly not cursed. However, it does seem to have its own ego, is what you catch. Also, I'm curious. You're not touching any of the items first. You're doing this from a distance, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give him like a once over.
I wanted to make it clear just for my own notes here. Yeah, so as you look over the cloak, yeah, it seems to have a caster level of roughly around 75 is what you'd guesstimate it at.
Oh, God damn it. Again? I can't stop tripping into fucking ridiculous items. Someone help me.
There's only a few of them out and about, surprisingly, that get to that level. Mostly like the alignment items, one of the ceiling
They're all
items, stuff like that.
And anything I'm nearby.
Well, I mean, anything that has extraordinarily magic is going to be extraordinarily cursed and have extraordinary caster level. I mean, that's just normal.
Yeah. So like bank on like it probably is cursed. I just didn't clock it because it's that powerful.
Correct.
I just kind of like give a forlorn look to the heavens as my party like just sees my like mood deteriorate by the moment.
See Iders look and just go, I have a feeling we should keep Dom away from that.
Yep. I just like point
Hey.
at the pants. Those are normal but mundane. Those are cursed to an insane degree, such that I can't even tell what the hell is actually going on with it. And those, I like air quotes, are totally not cursed, but are so ridiculously powerful that they're not that far off from Dom's belt. So
What was
it's cursed. I just didn't figure out what the curse is. I'm pretty sure.
out of character? What was the high caster level item? Cloak.
Yeah, love it.
As Ned says, like, don't let Dom near those. Dom like looks at his belt and just like shudders and is like, listen, I've done my best to avoid any potential items that will forcefully bond to me. I will not touch anything that Aether says is not okay. Unless you think it's an item that can eat this belt.
I'll be honest with you. If it could eat the belt, it would eat your entire soul and ego whole.
Yes. So, don't plan to touch anything. Do you have a safe way to take those with you to the forge for research, or are we leaving them be?
Oh fuck no, we're not leaving him.
You know, wanted to check what your
Behold,
plan was. 'Cause we have
behold,
a-
millennia of dwarven technology, the absolute cream of the crop. I pick up a stick and I shove them into a bag.
Is it
As-
a magical bag, or do you just have a sack?
I just have a sack.
As Eider grabs out of his potato sack that he keeps with him, goes and grabs one of the table legs that Dom had broken off earlier, creating that barrier that did nothing for the fight, and kind of walks over and starts like holding the lid of the bag open with one hand, shoving them kind of in with the stick as best he can with the other. As he starts to do so with the ring and the cloak. I assume you're not caring about the pants, though.
No,
Yeah.
I briefly like contemplate like handing them to Ned for a change, but mine are just
No,
better
no.
that I made.
Dom looks at Ned. You might want those. You need spares.
as Dom and Eider both look at the pants on the skeleton.
They will smell better, even though they are a bit corpsey.
And
I think I prefer the scent of corpse to the scent of too much fecal matter, honestly.
Death is death.
Yes?
You
Yeah,
said it smells like
but
death
those
either way.
pants aren't going to do what these pants do.
I know. That's why I'm not
No,
entirely
no,
recommending it.
no. I just, if you need to shit really bad into pants, you can swap into these, and these can be your shit pants.
I passed out. I couldn't control where I shit. It just happened.
I thought that really only happened when people died.
Or, intense amounts of fear, which
There was
Going-
also a lot of poison that paralyzed my body, and then it immediately unparalyzed. So a lot of contracting going on.
Interesting. You'll have to tell me more about how that poison affected you now that I have some I will be refining. Curious if I'm able to get those results or not. It's kind of like making note in a little notebook.
well, let's
If
go
the
check out the
may
rest of the
shit
village.
themselves. Yeah, if we already loot one house, might as well loot the rest.
Alright. As you start looking about the rest of the village, all of you give me a will save, please.
Yay! I
Oh.
love will saves.
I feel like it's very obvious, but we don't, go ransack the frost salamanders one since we.
No, yeah,
didn't-
of course. Because you guys have made the
Excuse me,
decision to
pardon
leave those
me.
alone, yeah. And plus, you didn't see anything in there. You just saw the nest and the eggs and then a couple broken chairs and such.
Yeah.
So,
That is a 29.
okay.
Ha! 30! Take that.
Good news, you all fail. Better news, none of you take the ill effects of passing out because of it.
Hey.
As you all step out and look about and see what looks to be a beautiful and prosperous village, the bear looks terrified as he looks about in confusion with you lot. As you see people walking about, villagers happily kind of talking. What look to be the same individuals as Raider himself, the Deep Folk or Tritons rather. These very muscular people with blue skin, showing off their beautiful muscles and the bodies that they've kind of achieved as they walk about in very little to no clothing, similar to Ned, in fact, in that idea when he first joined the party. Just going to show that Ned was right about that. But no, as you see these individuals kind of showing off their strength, walking about, the town looks to be much larger, the island filled with what looks to be people walking about as you see what looks to be prosperity. It's people are talking, laughing. They see as you walk over towards one of these stalls, what looks to be a couple of pieces of obsidian, what looks to be adamantine, mithril, gold, all being sold at a discount of a price, as it seems to be small coins are handed by another merchant as he walks over and buys some. What looks to be nothing for value is handed over as he takes away almost 20 bars of gold, just walking off with it. As the merchant kind of sees you lot, he smiles and waves, though as he says something, nothing seems to be heard by any of you as he talks. Go ahead.
Can I, seeing the village has suddenly changed and we are in a new place, and being as paranoid as I am, can I activate the true seeing ability on my robes to see the village for what it
You
really
can.
is? Which might be a bad idea, but if my eye didn't see it, maybe the robe will.
As your eyes begin to glow and glimmer, Eider and Ned, you see as Dom turns into an evil demon that starts to grow gargantuan, colossal, fire coming out of their mouth, a pronged tongue coming out of their, kind of shooting out as they speak, a strange language being spoken above as they tower over in a deep voice, roaring at the top of their lungs as they speak. Their hair glowing like fire as they kind of grow to this immense size and terrifying visage. The villagers seem to run in fear, looking off, almost terrified at the creature appearing suddenly out of nowhere as they start to run in the streets. Dom, what you see as you look down, as you feel yourself growing and increasing in size, is a village that has been destroyed, people that have been slaughtered, and what looks to be dark shadows, roughly about 10 feet in height, kind of walking about, stabbing, killing, or grabbing up the Tritons that are seemingly were living in this village. Much of the village on fire and inflamed, bodies and viscera pretty much everywhere in the streets as they do this. It's an invasion, and it's a brutal one if you've ever seen a war. As your eyes kind of glimmer like this, looking down at Eider and Ned, you see as both of them find themselves skewered on what looks to be large sticks of wood, seemingly protruding from the ground, as what looks to be an individual with golden glimmering eyes and a simple, very elven-like visage appears. His red skin and seemingly glimmering red hair kind of glows with a red death or-ish like crystal color as he stands in front of both Eider and Ned's bodies as you look on.
Since I activated true seeing, and Dom would just believe what he seen to be true, as is the spell. If I see a figure towering over Eider and Ned, I'm gonna you said I feel taller?
Yes, as you look down and can see suddenly over buildings that you weren't able to before, as you feel yourself growing and looking around and being Colossus.
If I feel Colossus and my friends are down and there's an enemy, I am just going to swing a massive punch at this. Probably not smart, probably powerful entity, but I'm big and my friends are dead. So yeah, I'm gonna. Dom's trying to attack in his.
Alright.
I guess panic.
Let me double check for Colossal what the size modifier.
Yeah, what? Oh shit! Like I'm actually Colossal.
That you'll have a plus 16 for the size modifier, if I'm correct in that.
If I hit.
But what's your hit die?
My damage die would be. My hit die is for my unarmed strikes are 3d8.
Yeah, let me pull it up. 3.5 unarmed strike. Colossal be 2d6.
2d6, really?
That's for a medium creature.
That's
It's also
no, that's Colossal. That's 2d6. Yeah.
yeah, but saying like, sorry, it's no, you're right.
Yeah.
But it's also not counting the monk. Like it's not giving you the monk damage bonus.
Yes, that is correct.
Right.
Monks have
Okay.
their own like thing.
Progression.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
gonna say that's less than I'm doing now is huge, which cannot be
Yeah.
correct.
Your 3d8 is a huge creature, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 468.
Oh my gosh.
You go two size
So
categories.
my
If you hit.
to hit is a that's a
Yeah.
I believe 36,
36 hits.
and my damage, holy shit, 68. What do I still have my gauntlets? Would I still be doing
Correct.
my gauntlet damage?
Yep.
My gosh. Oh no. Okay. I'm assuming none of my modifiers have changed, and I guess while I'm doing this, since it's a swift action I could do like at the start of the attack, I'll activate the claws to get
Okay.
that extra piercing, slashing, magical good, and get that extra 1d8.
Let's see
So
what
might
you
as
got.
well.
Yeah, let's see what you got for the damage.
I'm probably punching a god right now, but on the
No.
bright side, I'm punching a god really hard.
58. Let's
Does
see.
this from our end look like he's just trying to slam down on the two of us?
As the hand comes down towards the village or the merchant stalls in front of you, it looks like Dom is getting ready to just destroy this town as his hand comes slamming down and crushing into a merchant right in front of you. Dom, you do 4 points of damage.
Yes, I figured there was a
Uh,
catch. So, yeah.
As you feel your fist collide down, Eider and Ned, you see as the fist slams into the ground, seemingly hitting into the individual of this tiny Triton merchant who's just standing in front of you, only about Eider's height, as he looks up and holds his hand up. As you see the dust kind of clear, expecting to see a squished individual, Dom's fist, his colossal fist, is being held by this individual as he looks over at you lot in confusion and surprise. As he looks
Who
up, go ahead.
are you? Why are my friends dead? Why are these people dead? What is going on? I see you.
As Dom roars this out, Ned and Eider, you see as fire flies from Dom's mouth, igniting the village as shadows begin to run past Dom and around him, seemingly running into the city and starting to attack people as they scream. This merchant now beginning to look more unfazed and unbothered as this goes on, as Dom asks this. And he kind of the merchant stops for a moment as he stares and glares and looks over at you lot and kind of grabs hold of Dom's fist and begins to almost take hold and as his fingers begin to pierce into Dom's skin. Dom, give me a fortitude save.
Quick question before I die, because I do think that will happen.
Uh-huh.
Does he have any psychic abilities?
No,
To see what
sadly.
that attacker did?
No,
Damn.
no.
Would have been a nice DC.
Would have been.
Can I reach out and touch a bitch?
Fortitude. Oh,
Give it a
I
minute.
was so close to a nat 20. That will be a 26.
26 as you feel your body beginning to shrink, your strength draining from you. Eider and Ned, you see as the merchant seems to almost pull and absorb the power as it makes his forearm kind of expand out as if it's pumping a liquid into it, as Dom begins to shrink back down to normal size, changing back to his normal form. As he looks about, Dom, you begin to notice as Eider and Ned seem to come back to normal, as if they're living once more, as you see the scene as it was, as if your true seeing was disabled or removed or counterspelled. Eider, as you lean forward, kind of seeing this to grab hold of the guy, go ahead and give me a touch attack.
We're tripping balls, man. We're tripping different kinds of balls.
As
Wow.
you go to grab him,
Oh my
you miss his touch AC by 1. It's actually pretty
Oh,
close.
he's also flat-footed. I don't know if that helps.
That's actually what I'm accounting for.
Oh. Wait,
uh,
I get an extra 2d6
no.
sneak attack damage.
Yeah,
So he's
right.
flat-footed for me because I didn't do
Yeah.
anything to him before that.
As he kind of looks at you, swatting your hand away, letting go of Dom's, as he looks at the three of you and smiles, the bear kind of hiding behind Dom and Ned as he kind of huddles up behind them, or laying there. The merchant looks at you lot, his eyes kind of glimmering gold as they do, and he kind of looks at you all and goes, "Is this all that Zebril can actually manage to do? All this time he's bought you? Worlds are falling, nations devoured, and all you can do is annoy me. I'm truly disappointed in him. Looks like the world will fry after all, like the scene we see out before you once again. Now," looks at the three of you and smiles and goes, "that you lot have chosen to raise a hand against me, it is only right I introduce myself proper. But maybe another time, as it seems we have an uninvited guest," as he looks at Eider directly in the eyes, seemingly staring at something beyond Eider's own visage, and goes, "I warn you, if you take too much longer, others shall rise and they shall fall. Let this be the last time that you lot fail my interest in you." As the visage begins to shift and change back to the forest and town itself, the small, broken down village itself. As you lot stop tripping balls, looking about, Dom contemplating something and having a feeling in their mind that there's something off about this individual. Eider, you can't help but shake you've seen that person before. Those eyes. Somewhere.
It's not Jakix, is it?
It is not. His eyes notably have always
No.
been red when you've seen them.
But I think it's a relative.
It's not. Kaijin. Like I can't remember his name specifically, but I do.
Kaijin?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Give me an intelligence or knowledge history.
Can I
You
roll
know
two?
this.
Because I was
Sure.
there when he hurt our friend.
I don't think you were there for
Oh.
because I went by
No,
myself.
no,
to
it
the-
was just
Oh.
Ida that was there when Sen got
Because I
returned.
thought Kazin and I upset the like one guild that was nearby or something. I might be misremembering. I got that one anyway.
That's fair. 20 for a 34. Those seem to be the same glimmering eyes as Kaijin, the same individual you've been warned about previously.
I just like mutter under my breath, "Death to the Morans."
The bear seems slightly shaken and nervous as he nudges up between Ned and Dom, kind of rubbing his sides against them. As he looks on at this, as Ida whispers this under his breath.
That was not good. I might have just punched him, whoever that was.
No, it's fine. I intend to kill him.
Ah, so it is one of our unwanted guests. I don't know who, but they have a certain air about them when you look in their eyes.
It's a Moran. I met him. He bargained with me. I let him do it because I didn't know what the hell his was or what he wanted at the time. I chose to forget his name, and he chose to forget mine.
Hmm.
But that's all I remember at the moment.
Well, if he's a Morin, he's dangerous, and if he's here, despite the protection Zedril has, that is especially bad.
No, he's not here for real. I like motion to like the village that it's like untouched.
Can I inspect my hand? Because I had true seeing to see through illusions, and I hit something, and I was touched by something.
As you look down at your hand, you can see the marks on your finger where something pierced it, five distinct points on it, almost in a perfect circle.
Yeah, I show that to, like, I raise my hand up to either, and I'm like, something, maybe not him, but something was here. I used the robes you made me. I saw him. Golden eyes, elvish, metallic red hair. I punched him and he grabbed me, and maybe it wasn't him, but it was something. What did you two see?
Triton Village. That was about it.
You squished a merchant?
That was Ned, that was, yes, the guy who just threatened us.
Right. Well, you asked what I saw. I was just telling you what I saw.
Okay, I wanted you to be aware I didn't smash an innocent in this. I saw the village, but it was destroyed. It was worse than the assault we lived through recently. An invasion, people dead, innocent slaughtered. These tall, not as tall as me, but tall shadow creatures lurking around for victims, heads on spikes. It's,
Oh, you also looked like a giant demonic creature that was going to destroy the city.
I was bigger. Even when I cast this ability to see through illusions, I was bigger, taller than the village. I don't understand it. If was changed by this man, or if it was another illusion, or if it was some kind of prophecy, but
Could be a dream.
whatever happened in this village, if that was this village, was bloody and dark.
It could be a dream. That's one of the things that I think true seeing can't overcome is, well, going in slightly in between worlds where things are malleable and not quite entirely real.
Well, Arthur, you had some contact with that weird raider fellow, right? Might want to pen him a letter or something if these were his people that were slaughtered in the vision I saw. It feels like he should know.
I like pull out like the bag of sand that has like Raiders like little like insignia on it and just like give it a poke.
As you kind of feel the magic kind of taking a hold for a moment. Unfortunately, as you try to reach out, it does not seem to go through. Assuming that means that Raider's probably in one of the tombs that he mentioned an interest in delving. I mean, you'll probably have to tell him later.
Yeah, just like kind of purse my lips, sigh. I was like, well, as with Zebro, it looks like it'll be a bit of a later info dump. I
Yes.
really was getting used to only telling Uthan bad news.
Sorry, what was that? Out of character, I cut out.
Oh, I said I was really getting used to only telling Uthan bad news.
Oh.
That's why I was giggling. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I heard something about Utham, and I was like, wait, is this a question for me? Well, seems whatever we post up, we will be informing the leader of... Speaking of, we did forget that, like, a couple, maybe like an hour ago max, you know, the whole thing with the ocean and the Glitterhoof, and...
Oh no, I didn't forget.
I don't volunteer. I don't volunteer to be the one to bring up that conversation. I don't think Lord Zebla has a great impression of me.
Don't be a coward.
I will say it if needed. I'm simply saying I don't think he'd appreciate the news from me. This is not the
Zebra was
the fact.
Zebra was intelligent. News is news. It doesn't really matter who gives it as long as it's not given, well, as an asshole.
Ugh.
That would be
I
quite
would-
the impressive feat.
Actually, he probably would take it better if it was a literal asshole giving him the news.
Yeah, no, I don't think anybody could be mad if you gave bad news with your asshole.
I feel like they.
It would be if the bad news was about your asshole. I would be very mad.
The lays begin to glow. Everyone, please give me a fortitude check.
But we're not arguing.
No, that's it. I'm in agreement with Ned and Dieter.
17.
Uh,
26.
the,
26.
Fortitude, 22.
I have been informed by the Lord High Command that this was entertaining. None of you take damage.
See, I knew Zebral. I know Zebral's good enough.
I did not say it was Zebril.
Oh no.
But as you lot kind of talk about this considering this concepting this, poor Zebril, who is kind of tuned in, listening in through your eye, either, is baffled by the intelligence of a group of well-respected adventurers around the world. Truly.
We are not well respected anywhere.
Hey, did you see us smoke all those snakes? Because we were pretty combat savvy.
In the world news, you lot were listed as supposedly the saviors of the world, so kind of keep that in mind.
Who the hell is saying that?
yeah,
Daka and what was it? Galdruk the Destroyer,
Excuse me?
Grognak the Destroyer. That's it.
Excuse me? I
Yeah.
have
Who's
words for these
blazing us
people.
up this fucking hard? We haven't done anything.
Yep.
No.
Don't worry, we'll come back to that later. But as you kind of stand over this, thinking about this, as you kind of describe what you saw from the vision of the of what just went on, looking about the buildings while you talk. Thankfully, there isn't seemingly any other surprises. The rest of the buildings seem to be mostly abandoned. You do find 2 potions of cure light wounds. Still good, although more like a jam paste than they are a liquid. But the potency of the potion still seems to be in them.
I hand them to Kez because he can't taste anyway.
Gotcha. You also, as you hand those off to as inside. You also do hear as Scartsmander about as you go finish up looking about the village. Seems to kind of come over, seeing the camp where it was, and looking over, seeing you lot over by the little town. Kind of smiles a warm smile as he looks up at you lot and goes, "Well, unfortunate sons, I've got good news, and I've got bad news, and I've got better news."
Same, except for bad, okay, and worse.
Yes.
Hey, I'm not the man you deliver your news to, and I don't want to be the man you deliver your news to. I heard about the Utham situation. I'm good on that.
I heard he has many headaches.
Yes, yes.
Well, I feel like
But-
at least one, if not two of them, are relevant to you. But go ahead.
In good news, or rather better news, you no longer need to deal with old Sir Sparkly for the Grand Lord Zebril himself. In
Right.
good news, you do still need to deal with Glitterhoof, the creature it rode in on, and the earth elementals that kind of popped off that are surrounding the area. But we expect you lot to deal with this in a diplomatic sense for the most part, if possible. We will deal with the aftermath of once you've convinced the creature to meet with Lord Zebril peacefully for a proper negotiation. Any earth elementals down there you are welcome to kill, tame, keep as you wish. As Lord Zebril would rather you lot train and gain experience as the true heroes he believes you to be. So, we will continue on our mission as is expected and continue through this to the creature at the end of it. The bad news I have for you lot, as I've been informed by the Lord Zebril himself, is that there is a creature seemingly on its way. We can't tell if it plans to dock on the island or if it plans to just observe the nearby, but it is on a trajectory towards our island and seems to be a demon of extreme power. My understanding is its equivalent is grander than even Lord Z's own capability currently. Thus, I ask of you lot, if any of you have done anything recently that has caused a demon, or to have made a pact with a demon that would cause it to be interested in coming over here.
I
Uh,
mention of pact. Dom slowly side eyes Ned's back.
I like think for a moment and like kind of sigh and was like, it wasn't recent. Tra- I agreed to forget a name in return for forgetting a name, but that was about a year ago at this point.
Nods.
We did see a vision that one of the Morans conjured up.
Nods at that, and then looks over at Ned as noticing Dom's side eye.
well, I apparently have unintentionally signed a pact with the demon,
Scartsman,
and then I'll just like lift up my armor to show my back.
as you do so, Scartsbender just sighs deeply and goes, "Lord Zebra really loves to pick unique adventurers, doesn't he?" He rubs his beard for a minute and goes, "Well, that means in good news that the thing isn't tied to one of you, but in worse news, I don't know why it's interested or being drawn to you lot, nor does Lord Zebra recognize this creature. I recommend you lot be cautious and remain on the island. Don't go gallivanting towards the beach, as Lord Zebra may not be able to save you if you are grabbed. But while you are on the island, you are under our protection, and I will do what I can to keep you lot alive."
I had heard giant monsters came out of the water and ate things on the beaches, so I was staying away anyway.
Yeah, we're
That's a big
so shit
beach
scared of the
guy.
water. We're not even going near the axolotl.
He kind of gives a laugh at that and goes, "Oh, I have a few of those back at my bunk. They're cute little creatures. They're like piranha though. Don't stick your finger in the water."
Yep.
I look at Ned like, See, I was right.
He smiles at that. Go ahead.
I don't think it seems too recent to be the reason it's coming this way, but we did find a dead figure of some large race that has some incredibly cursed, from what Iter was saying, magic items on it, and I kind of gesture at the bag Iter has. So
His little Santa sack that he's
I'm
got over his shoulder.
yeah, the same exact. So I don't know if they're connected. I am of the faith that every bad thing is connected because they all happen to us. You know, something of note.
Kind of
It's my update.
looks over at Ida and kind of expectingly looking at the sack.
I just like
Give me
kind of
your
like
facts.
open it, but again, doing everything in my power physically possible to not touch it.
Yeah, kind of taking it from the sides as you open it instead of from the lips of the bag. As you open it up, expand. He looks in, and as he looks in, recognizing it almost immediately, Zebril whispers in his ear, and Scartsmender kind of looks at you and goes, "I think I should take this from you lot. It's not an item that is on your level of capability and would be very dangerous for you lot to have should it fall into the wrong hands nearby."
Is it? Get, oh, hand it over. What is it though?
Kind of picks it up, taking it out of the sack without concern, and goes, "A item that we've ran into a few select times, and that Lord Zebril wants nothing to do with on his island, and might explain why there is a capable demon and having the, well, to use Lord Zebril's crass language, the cojones to appear in our border or in our waters to come after this. We believe it might be one of the legendary higher items of the Clouded Age, but we're not sure what, or at least I don't think it's any information that Lord Zebril plans to share with us."
I can
Well-
get rid of it potentially.
Lord Zebril has already informed me that will not be possible. He plans to send it to a place that will make sure it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
I bargained with the
Mm.
law bearer to take one of them.
He nods and goes, "I understand, but I think it would be best to follow what the man who rules this island wishes to do. If you wish
I
to
roll-
negotiate with him, you may do so in person." Go ahead. What's up, Dom?
I wanted to, cause like he's part of a hive mind, but he's shown himself to be very powerful, and we just had an encounter
Correct.
with a person doing illusions, and he just rolled up after being gone. Can I do a sense motive to make sure this is actually Scartsmander and he doesn't have like ulterior motives to taking this thing?
Sure.
Like he says he's bringing it to Lord Zebril, but is he actually?
Yeah, no problem. I will let you know, well, just from Ider's perspective, Lord Zevril can see everything currently as he's watching.
Oh yeah, it doesn't mean this guy couldn't lie and flee the island
True.
if he was a double agent this whole time.
Well, it kind of does because unless he can just straight up like out willpower Lord Zebril, then Zebril could just use psychic powers through me.
Which you think Zebril would have said something earlier if he had done that. But no, it's still a good idea,
Well-
Dom.
Good or bad, I rolled a nat 1, so 11 total.
I mean, it's hard to tell, Dom, but from what you've seen, this guy hasn't shown any reason to betray you, and his insistence probably tells you more that it seems that maybe Lord Zebril's trying to be courteous with you lot, not trying to steal the item, but in a sense he's trying to more protect you from it, as like a parent would a child with when they pick up a BB gun.
I think it would be good, given what I'm aware of Iter's fate, for a chance for him to, in the future, study items of importance and quality craft. But I think, and Dom like kind of looks at his party, if the demon, potentially the one who did this to us now, is after those items, perhaps them being on our person in a burlap sack is not the wisest.
Again, I'm not arguing
Perhaps-
keep it. Like,
Yes.
to be fair, I'm not even arguing at all. I'm just bringing up like that I have the pact. It's an option if we want to get rid of it on what I assume would be a more permanent level. I don't think people can just kind of walk into a lawbearer's realm and steal their shit.
I'm not familiar enough with how that works, but it certainly sounds safe. Hopefully.
Scarsbender kind of nods and goes, "Well, if Lord Zebril deems it necessary, then he will call for you upon your return. For the time being, I will be giving you a map to the next, to where you can find the creature, and I will be returning this item. You lot have proven you're capable enough to handle the southern end of the island. I am not concerned that you lot should die, and my pet should keep you alive," as he motions towards the huge bear hound.
I knew it. I knew it.
His name is Big Blue. I found him when he was a small cub in the Underdark. He is capable of higher thought processes than most adventurers. In fact, he's smarter than a few nation leaders, from my understanding.
I do everything in my power not to look at Ned.
I mean, technically, out of character, Ned has a higher int score than Dom, but yeah, Dom's
true.
also resisting the urge.
Scarsmanda kind of continues and goes, "If everything should go well, then he will keep at your side and assist as needed, but otherwise we'll watch and enjoy. If you need any assistance, you can talk to me through him, as he has an item on him that automatically will send messages to me as needed. I shouldn't be more than a few months, and by the time I return, you lot should be done with the creature and have taken up a moment of rest while there. I recommend setting up camp in the icy cold hot springs, as well as the actual hot springs around the area, and enjoying the healing properties and the mind massaging properties that they have.
They're not addictive, are they?
Not in the slightest.
Okay, good.
Well, to creatures of lesser intelligence they are, which is why typically things like frost salamanders, frost worms, and other such like to find themselves bathing in the waters on a constant.
The one I used back in the main city didn't give me any issues.
He nods and goes, "Similar effect, but open air, if you will."
I do like open air.
Where, Ned?
He laughs at that. He gives a light chuckle at that and nods and goes, "But with that, make yourselves rest well for here while we kind of take a moment. Go ahead and set up for cutting down the materials you've gathered, and you lot can set up for the night. I'll head out in the morning while you lot head off on your continuing south," as he kind of digs out a map out of his backpack and kind of slides it over to Eider.
Just kind of nod dutifully, give it like a quick study, and start making about our morning, aka evening chores.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say it is about late morning now at this point. After that intense fight, as you lot begin to kind of start going through the materials and start working at it, we'll kind of wrap here for the night. As the party takes a second to chop up the body parts, someone can give me a survival check for going through and separating everything, the last bits out clean, and otherwise. We will thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed, and we hope you will all join us on the next episode, where the party hopefully finds their conclusion of the second portion of their 4-part quest. We will see you all there. Woo! Yeah, exactly.